Spears are an often overlooked subclass in Terraria and Calamity alike, almost always being overshadowed by their older brother swords. Which is why I decided to take a closer, more in-depth look into these spears and see what kind of untapped potential might lie within them. I'll be collecting each and every one of them across this playthrough to put them to the test and see whether they're good, bad, or maybe broken. Watch this. Go actual— oh my— what? This is how I collected every spear in Calamity Infernum. Let's go. Die. Yes! The very first spear on my list is the first spear added to the game, the Spear, which can simply be obtained from wooden surface chests at a 10% chance. How rare is 10% though? Well, after looting an entire living tree, I still hadn't found one, so I set my sights on the jungle, which typically has lots of wooden chests. What the fuck? What? What is this? It's like the Gachiakuta, just— the pit? Send the filth to the pit! As I made the rest of my journey to the jungle, nighttime fell upon me, and without a single weapon to defend myself, unlike the yo-yo playthrough, there was only so much weaving I could do. The left side also brought me no luck, but I did find a snow biome, confirming that the jungle would be on the right side of the world. Which is great, since for my yo-yo playthrough, I set up my base in the snow biome, but for this playthrough, I want to test out the jungle. I think for now the goal is to set up my camp in the jungle. Somewhere where there's like a nice body of water, so I can do a jungle oasis looking place. That does sound pretty lush and all, but I still don't have a weapon to deal with the jungle spawn rates. Another one. A boomerang! Another one. Gauntless, dauntless, gauntless. I was still holding out hope that I could go through all the spears in order, but seeing how this is going, I may have to deviate slightly. For now though, I actually pulled myself together, made a bed, and rushed to the jungle to set my spawn. I'm up. Another raincoat zombie, that's fine, I will just box myself. So anyways, as I mentioned in the intro, I've separated all the spears into progression tiers. Ideally, I want to collect them in order, but failing that, I'll collect every spear from its progression tier before moving on to the next. Perfect, spawn point set, now I can be as risky as I want to be. Things were so utterly dire on my main world that I decided to make an entirely new world to look for the spear. Sandstorm in a bottle is enormous. Why is there a tree underground? First the Gachiakuta desert, and now this. After exploring the entire surface of that world, I still came out empty-handed, and with a 5-star wanted level and 2 Wolfram choppers chasing me, I dove into the ocean as a sort of final stand. Okay, another chest. Come on, come on, come on! Yes! A weapon! I think it's broken though. It's a broken trident! My first weapon! Back at my main world now, I'm ecstatic to finally have a weapon to defend myself with. Trust me, a broken trident is more than good enough for me. Having obtained this now, and being able to just about fend off trash enemies, I put collecting the other spears on hold to build my beautiful jungle mansion. I need more rich mahogany, but I have to go outside for that. Decent looking gaff, I won't lie. With my architectural masterwork fully realised, I head to the underground jungle to loot up and gear up, to make collecting the upcoming spears less of a pain. First life crystal. Huge. Because believe me, doing anything with no armor and a broken trident is not exactly efficient. No! You tickled my foot. And for that, you will pay! Wait, that's huge because I can get money from that. Yeah, look at that. 9 gold, heart reach potions. These guys too. That's enormous. Even more plat. My caving trip wasn't too eventful. I got enough money to buy a jungle pylon. And enough platinum ore to make a full set of armor, bringing me from 0 defense all the way to 20. Survivability to the moon, there we go. All balls, no brain. Hermes boots. That is pretty enormous for our stage of the game. Look at his loadout. 2 double jumps. And Hermes boots. Wait, what? Okay, so you're telling me first we have the trademarked Gachiakuta Desert. Second is whatever this is, 2 trees inside of each other. And now Drayden Lab inside of this. Caving trip number 2 concludes. I craft an ivy whip, some platinum tools. So can I make an ivy whip? Alright, that's only jungle spores and whatnot, so that's cool. I sell literally every single item I got from the jungle, giving me enough money to buy every pylon, then finally get back to plumping up my spear collection. Starting with the Rotted Fork, simply obtained by smashing Crimson Hearts at a 20% chance. Oh, that's gonna break it. Shit. And that was a Crimson Heart. Okay, let me get that one. That was a Crimson Rod. Okay, just take me. No, I can survive. Not really. Can I destroy the next orb? You can't touch me. Yes! Yes! Oh, it worked! And there's my second spear. Not in order, but there we go. Even a broken Rotted Fork could be a major upgrade to the Trident, and this one doesn't even have a modifier. With these 2 already in our collection, we have 4 more spears left to collect on this tier. The Yetevio Bloom, made with jungle materials, the Swordfish, obtained from ocean fishing, the Spear, self-explanatory but can also be obtained from fishing, and the Storm Spear, obtained in the underground desert. The Yetevio Bloom, however, needs a jungle rose, which I don't have. As for the other 3, there's no definitive answer for which would be the easiest to obtain, so I'm gonna make all of them easier to obtain. By setting up pylons, of course. There we go. Before coming to the Shimmer, I bought nearly 400 furnaces from the merchant, who sells them when he lives in the jungle. Which sounds absurd until you realize they can be shimmered to provide enough building materials to last a lifetime. I consume the Galaxy Pearl and Vital Crystal for permanent upgrades. Snag the pylon, and then dip. And for the final thing I do before heading off for the day, I build my actual spear collection, much like the one I did in my yo-yo playthrough. Beginning the second day, I chopped down some emerald and sapphire gem trees, allowing me to finally craft magic storage. After dumping all my crafting stations back into the storage, there was nothing particularly useful I could craft, so I re-embarked on my spear quest, which you can probably guess the first one I'm going for today. Once again, it was back to world hopping for the original spear, since I still hadn't found it in my first 2 worlds and I did not want to fish for it. Wooden. I'll take the pyramid, sure. Okay, if that's a flying carpet. I can shimmer that, can't I? The pharaoh mask and stuff. Only the spear to the trident, not the other. Oh, never mind. Oh, wow. Okay, we don't need to do that anymore. I got the bloody thing. Finally, after 3 different worlds, I found the original spear, which, mind you, is a 10% chance from wooden chests. Despite this though, I was still kind of shocked as to how quickly I found it, and had no clue as to what I was going to do next, until a goblin army showed up to break up the pace. Well, terrain isn't exactly in my favour. I'm literally in a trench. Okay, spears are not the way, no range, and the archers are just... But when I can actually line them all up, I can knock them down pretty well. The Goblin army was a fairly decent target dummy to test out my Rotted Fork on, aside from me dying to archers a couple times. Now with the Goblin army out of my hair, I regathered my bearings and went to get the Storm Spear, which would effectively skewer 2 fish with 1 fork. The Storm Spear can be found in underground desert chests, so I set up a pylon for easy access, then get to raiding the place. Let's just get the Storm Spear from this chest. Ancient Chisel will help. I don't think this will work for true melee spears. Wait. The Luxor's Gift could be a potential option for us, but I don't really like using it, so I'll keep it in backup for now. Oh, that's a Thunder Zapper. You got me. There we go, Storm Spear. And Desert Medallion. Awesome. Not only did I find the Storm Spear and Desert Medallion in the same chest, but earlier on in my travels, I also found the Goblin Tinkerer. So all in all, this is a huge success. But let's not dwell on that success too much. I still have 2 pre-boss spears I need to collect, and the one I'm going for now is the Yativio Bloom. Now, technically, the Yativio Bloom's primary function is a flail, but the right-click attack works as a spear, so I'll be getting it either way. Not to mention the fact that it's under the spear category in the Calamity wiki. Also, why am I obliterating all the nature here? Well, you see, the Yativio Bloom requires a Jungle Rose, which is a 1 in 5 drop chance from these really easy to miss 1 block tall roses in the jungle. If you're lucky enough, you may naturally stumble across one while you're exploring the jungle, but it took me over half an hour of farming, which felt like multiple hours, to get none of them. A chat member suggested that maybe the flower boots could spawn the jungle roses, so I tested that theory. Well, there's flower boots. After testing though, I realized that they only spawn 2 block tall flowers, and the jungle rose I need is only 1 block tall. The situation was becoming hopeless. The only choice I had here was to continue farming for as long as it might take, or just give up. Until another chat member proposed that I could simply shimmer the flower boots and get a jungle rose from that. Yippee! Now I can make the Ytevaflifluflaf. The fact I could have just went straight for flower boots and shimmered those rather than going on this whole goose chase goes to show the power of knowledge. Sometimes people suck. A lot, but without people, the world would be nothing. And that's my wisdom for today. Storm Spear, obviously, better than Right Fork. But... oh, that's a flail mode. The spear itself is slow, but does 31 damage. It's awkward to right click, so I'm not going to use it, I'm just going to use the Storm Spear. Yativio Bloom goes there. Now, my final pre-boss spear requires fishing, which first brings me to the Sulphurous Sea. I'll just make 7 of those, because I can't make actual fishing potions. I can make 1 crate potion. Daphne? ReZero reference? No way. As far as I'm aware, the swordfish can only be fished up in the ocean, and not the sulphurous ocean, but I wanted to try my luck for the alluring bait, an accessory that gives an extra 10 fishing power. Oh! Alluring bait! Yes! Well, that's a sawtooth shark, but it's not what I'm looking for. Yes! Even just obtaining 2 of the second best bait in the game is an immense help, since with the power of sonar potions, I'll hardly be consuming it. But it's like, revered as the best fight in the series. Holy shit, Grand Marquis bait? Enormous! It feels like this sonar potion's been going on for— fuck, you're kidding me, I actually just did that. The Sawtooth Shark and Reaver Shark both have different rarities, which helps discern them from the other trash catches. However, the Swordfish is just green. Super Radiant Slaughter are components. You're— I did it again. I keep seeing that on, like, the front page of Crunchyroll. There we go. Now I can fight bosses. Took me 4 tries to actually reel the thing in. While the Yativio Bloom and Swordfish aren't going to rival the Storm Spear any day soon, I can at the very least say now I've finally collected every pre-boss spear, meaning it's time to tackle some bosses. Only 2 of them though, because my next spear is Post-Desert Scourge. I've got the method down, you kind of stay still around him like this. Oh yeah, we do some major damage with the Storm Spear and the Luxor's Gift. This is a better part of the terrain I should stick to. There we go. And there's the Sunflower buff too. If you remember my July 12 King Slime incident on my yo-yo playthrough, I kind of just ran away from King Slime the whole time, but I've developed and honed my strategy as of late, and I have a new one. Jump! Oh, you went the wrong way, Professor Genius. Simply stay as close as possible to the boss and use the base dash to evade the crystal. You don't even need boots or a double jump to do this, you can pull it off with a basically naked character. This part I can just kind of face tank because I've got enough damage. Or I could just run, but nah, he's dead. I gotta stay close to him. Oh, I might actually die. Come on, don't die. I'm running. Ah, fuck. I actually thought I could face tank that. Now it's run time. I've just got to get as far away from the ninja as possible. This is a good place to go. Actually no, because it's the pit. If I go to the bottom though, I should be fine. Alright, we golden. There we go, King Slime. First boss! Gachiakuta mentioned. Someone in the chat said Gachiakuta mentioned, but I neglected to mention the accessory upgrades I got. I had an aglet and anklet of the wind lying around, so I was able to craft the lightning boots, and I also shimmered the ferro set I got from farming the spear into the magic carpet. So, it's needless to say, our mobility for these upcoming bosses was top notch. Desert Scourge will be very easy with a spear, especially this, because I can just go up close to the fella, and I'm golden. Kind of coiling like dog. And I've got a sandstorm in a bowl too, so I'm good. You can do it that way, you bastard! And sub 1 minute, probably. Definitely. Oh, come, I need to take you out. There you go, okay. 40 seconds. I did face tank a lot, but it was fun. So now that I'm post Desert Scourge, there is actually another spear I can get. Yeah, the Amidius Trident, which you buy from the Sea King, meaning I need to do Giant Clam. Wasting no time, I upgrade to Victide melee armor to enhance my underwater ability for the clam fight. Then tunnel my way through the already explored underground desert till I reach the best biome in the game. Why did I was gonna jump, but I didn't. There we go, I've made it to the sunken sea. I follow my usual routine of hollowing out the giant ball and throwing a house in there to get the pylon. I dig out a couple air pockets to refresh my breath during the fight. I couldn't be asked to bring Gills potions. Then I challenge the giant clam. Yes, take damage. This is good. Good damage. I need to replenish my breath though, thank you. You've been doing this same attack over and over again. Now you did that one. Cool. And I'm getting absolutely clammed on. Yeah, look at me. No way I'm dying to giant clam. What are you really doing? You know, Giant Clam used to be one of my least favourite Infernum bosses. I just thought it was stupidly difficult, but with an actual decent arena and Victide armor, it's not too bad, all things considered. As with every Infernum boss, once you learn their tricks, they become fun. Got him. I even got the Giant Pearl. Wow. Okay, stay still for a sec. I need... Thank you. Now go about your business, sir. For reasons you'll soon see, the Amidius Trident is universes better than the Storm Spear, so naturally I'll be putting it back in the collection. And if you thought yo-yos were scarce, spears are just as, with our next two being post-Hive Mind. Willy! Alright, fuck you, you haven't got nothing. My next boss up is the Eye of Cthulhu, which I don't have the summon for, nor the lenses to craft it, so I was gonna need to actually farm some Demon Eyes. First things first, I'll get the Dungeon's Curse so I can make it nighttime at will. Okay, thanks for the Dungeon's Curse. No, I'm not even kidding, I could beat Skeletron right now, but no progression skips, no naughty naughty. Can I have recall? Huh, see ya, chump! Farming Demon Eyes for the lenses I need was a fairly easy task with the homing projectile of the Amidius Trident. A homing projectile that goes through blocks, mind you, this is an early pre-hard mode weapon. And feed a whole family with this, Steven! There we go, now I can make the Eye of Cthulhu summon. Now with the summon in my possession, I sleep through the night, make it nighttime again to refresh my time, then fight the Eye of Cthulhu. It's gonna be easy, but I can show you the power of the Amidius Trident. This thing is probably one of the best weapons for the Eye of Cthulhu, aside from like Mini Shark. Simply put, it's got decent damage, good range, and you hardly have to aim. What more could you ask for a weapon against the Eye of Cthulhu? Second phase. Now it's gonna deal more. There we go, now we're talking. The boy has less defense. Oh, I thought I no-hit that, but I was close. New Blade Crash goes crazy against the eye. I mean, technically it's post-evil boss, but like... I looked on the wiki, it becomes more common after you kill the Eater of Worlds, but... You can still get it, just a lot... It's a lot rarer, pre-boss. He's fast. Oh damn, I got hit. Thought I could do something cool and weave between them, but I failed. No, I went inside of him. There we go, Eye of Cthulhu's done. The Eye of Cthulhu doesn't open up many pathways to us, but it brings us a step closer to our next two spears. Yeah, we got all the pre-boss spears and the Immediate Trident, so that's 4 spears in total we got today. I'm gonna have to expand this soon. Although I won't need to do that till post-perforators, I don't think. As you know, in these challenges, I try to fight every boss except the bad ones, so our next bounty is Crabulon. Anyways, Crabulon, let's go. Being a boss that you're basically breathing on the entire time, spears have the advantage here, especially the Immediate Trident where I'm able to combine the damage from the spear itself and the projectile it fires out. You put pineapple on pizza, I'ma chop your legs off, you're sleeping with a rat. Just my Uncle Tony. My Uncle Tony don't have no toilet paper, he uses rats. Push him away. I like how you can just push him backwards. So you get more space. Get some good damage. Oh, I went too soon. And you're done. Kill you with a slime. Oh! No, kill you with a spear. Because then it wouldn't count. There we go. It wasn't exactly the quickest or cleanest Crabulon fight, but either way, I take my rage upgrade and move on to the Eater of Worlds, who typically poses minimal threat to me, but as we saw in the Yo-Yo playthrough, it took a really long time to take him out. The Immediate Trident could have something to prove, but its projectile doesn't pierce and the spear itself doesn't go very far. Got him. Now, the strat for this is just going to be to stick real close to him. That only does 1 damage. I should have brought a better spear with me. I'll be fine though, it's going to work, given enough time. It's going to be like my Yo-Yo one, 8-minute Eater of Worlds fight. Surprisingly, the Immediate Trident's damage was terrible, but not excruciatingly terrible. At the very least, it was performing better than the Riptide Yo-Yo. So within a reasonable amount of time, I was able to claw my way to the second out of 3 phases. This one's basically the same, except there's 2 Eater of Worlds chasing you, plus twice the amount of segments to hit with a piercing weapon. Yeah, damage is reasonable. It's good enough. Another good chunk of time spent, and the Eater of Worlds advances to the final phase, which is subsequently the most intense. And despite how long I'd spent picking away at this boss's health bar, in a matter of moments, I'd charge adrenaline, lose adrenaline, and choke the fight. I might die. Alright, even with top tier mobility, getting into a rhythm for the final phase is no easy feat, and as much as I was tripping on this particular day, the Immediate Trident wasn't doing me any favours. But despite the odds being rigged against me, and me getting absolutely cooked in every single possible angle, I kept pushing on forward, because that's just who I am, a stubborn bastard. Let's go. Okay, well, fight's over now. The burger and the second platform actually did save me. Whoever recommended the second platform, you are a saint. Even though I've made a second platform for every Eater of Worlds fight I've ever done. It's just, I got too cocky. But being cocky is fine, as long as you're gonna win. And I'm gonna win this attempt. Like, he's doing all the easy attacks. It's so free. Wait, how high do you go if you... Oh wow, you go pretty high. You go to space if you use Sandstorm with the Slime Mount. There we go. The Eater of Worlds is an important boss in this run. While I still don't gain access to any new spears until the Perforators, I can craft molten armor. So I craft the Nightmare Pickaxe, make my way into the Underworld, and grab the Wayfinder along the way. Oh no, there's just obsidian lying there for some reason. Give me funny Wayfinder, thank you. Now I just need to snag a obsidian skin potion, and then I can completely go to town, go to Las Vegas with this hellstone. I did not in fact find an obsidian skin potion despite me having some in my storage, but either way, despite the methods, I scrounged up enough hellstone to create the molten armor. There we go, now we're gonna be cooking. As for what to replace my Shield of the Ocean with, since I no longer have the Victide armor, I chose something unorthodox, the Sand Cloak, which could be good for the worms. How it works is that when you dash, it summons this huge ass storm that damages enemies inside of it, but if you dash again, it dissipates early. So in order to maximize the potency of what you get from it, you have to consciously refrain from dashing, which is something I simply cannot do. But it's worth a shot anyways. Thank you for damaging me. Now I've got to remember not to dash while this thing's active, because it goes away. Although it's only really going to be useful for the worms. If you remember my yo-yo playthrough, you'll know that this fight took almost as long as the 8 minute and 29 second Escal fight. But my hopes are slightly higher for this run, considering I have a projectile that can consistently hit the boss. First one, okay. So now I want to use this, and it's going to help a ton for the worm. Not too much, but a decent amount. Okay, this might actually be worse than yo-yos. This is terrible. At least for the hive itself, the Amidius Trident was a somewhat viable weapon archetype, but for the worms, single target projectiles just do not cut it. Just like the first hive phase, the second hive phase was fairly easy, but after that comes the next worm phase. That was surprisingly quick. Alright, that's a lot of damage, this might be free. Feels so awkward not dashing. There you go. Get a decent bit of damage. Come through. He stays on the outside of this thing. That's so bad. There we go. Okay, final worm. This might be really difficult. Dodging the hive in the final worm phase requires some quick horizontal direction changing, which, you know what the dash is for, right? The dust storm does increase your acceleration while you're inside of it, but even still, I'd basically conditioned myself not to dash, even when it was inactive. This is gonna be awful. Damage is decent, but I have to get in really inside the thing. Can't really do this without dashing, but dashing makes the thingamadon go away. Having to focus on something other than dodging in any boss fight is a great hindrance, especially when said hindrance barely helps you whatsoever. Alright, I got this. So I changed plans and decided to farm for a more passive accessory that would still help out of the worms. Enter the Magma Stone. It took me a solid 20 straight minutes of farming to not get the thing, but then the chat member told me I could just shimmer the Lava Charm into the Magma Stone, which the Lava Charm has a recipe in Calamity, requiring only lava buckets, obsidian, and gold bars. Well, that is incredible. As one more small upgrade, I craft a shiny red balloon and combine that with my sandstorm in a bottle to make a sandstorm in a balloon, then get back to fighting the perforators. Yeah, on fire on its own. That is dealing some solid tick damage. The Magma Stone is an accessory you'd normally gloss right past in vanilla, using it primarily as just a component for the fire gauntlet. I don't think it should be taken lightly though. I was going to use this accessory mainly for the worms, but I noticed it was actually dealing some very solid damage to the hive itself. Although do consider that my weapon is complete buns. Anyways, the Magma Stone did exactly what I wanted it to, effectively halving the kill time for each of the worms. Yeah, you're done. Magma Stone is doing so good. There we go, and now that's final phase. So this is just do that, then make sure you're in a good spot for this, and just dodge the thingamajigs. Not like that, but like... that was a terrible example, but it's good. Now having bested the perforators, I can finally claim my next spear. However, I forgot to consider RNG is a factor. Like I mentioned previously, I am a stubborn bastard. There you go. See, that's the correct method. That was actually a good demonstration. You just get them like that. Peanut butter. Sausage maker. Now I can leave. The sausage maker, unfortunately, is true melee, but either way, it's still going to be a hell of a lot better than the immediate trident. In 3, 2, 1, let's sauce it! Of course, because I make my main world's corruption, I still needed to beat the hive mind to get access to aerospec bars, which is how I get my next spear. This is a way easier fight than the perforators, however, so I had absolutely no trouble, even with the immediate trident. And when I was able to get nice and close and get some true melee hits in with the sausage maker... Yes! And then you do it again right there. Well, that's a bit hard to say. Oh my shit, I just killed him! Damage is ludicrous. Shortest hive mind second phase ever. Unlike the perforators, the hive mind doesn't drop any useful items or spears for us. Where I get my next one, however, is from aerospec bars. Before blasting off to space, though, a natural blood moon occurs, which took me until Astrum Deus on my yo-yo run, so I was not gonna let this opportunity slip. I farm the enemies until one of them drops the blood orange, allowing me to summon the blood moon at will, then I go and mine my aerospec. Perfect find already. And an area light slime too. That should be enough harpies to get my skyline wings. Sausage maker just turns them all into sausage meat in a matter of seconds. Back at base, I craft my ore into area light bars, then before anything else, craft my next spear, the gold plume spear. The next post-hive mind spear, and the final post-hive mind spear. I then craft the skyline wings to replace my sandstorm and a balloon, and also forget to mention the bloody worm tooth which I got from the perforators. I replace my flying carpet with the band of regeneration. Use Terrasteel's trick to completely annihilate the pond I built my house over. Wow, it works! And look at that, the water's all gone. For the final thing I do in this stream, I expand my spear collection since it's rapidly growing at this point. So obviously I don't need to put anything else in here until I retire the gold plume spear and the sausage maker, but there should be enough slots for now. And I said that was the final thing, but chat convinced me to stay on, so I built a snow pylon, farmed for the terra spark boots, then finally called it a day. Waters, and terra spark boots. Beautiful. Terrible modifier, but it's cool. With my loadout fully upgraded and both the new spears at my disposal, there's nothing else left to do except take on the next bosses, since my next spear comes post-Skeletron. Well, you're in Rage outside the underground jungle, right? Actually, it's not seeming like you are. I made a whoopsie and summoned Queen Bee directly in my base, but it turns out, contrary to what the item description says, she doesn't enrage on the surface. Maybe it's just a base cal thing. Yeah, I don't actually need Short of Cthulhu, and she's not enraged, really. Alright, well I guess I'm just gonna fight her here then. That's easier for me. As for how my new spears were performing, the sausage maker speaks for itself, but the gold plume spear was doing alright. It shoots out a projectile that's kind of awkward to aim, but provided you can get some hits in, it does good damage. Certainly not in comparison to other great weapons like the Aquashard shotgun, but at the very least, it holds its own. Why are there stingers? Oh, you just transition to your next phase before you can even do the thingamading. Shouldn't get too risky here. You're gonna dash right after, aren't you? And you're done. Okay, well maybe the enrage is only a base cal thing, because you were not enraged. Queen Bee goes down easier than a medium rare steak after fasting for 2 days. Normally, Queen Bee would drop absolutely nothing of value, especially for this run, but this time around I got lucky and obtained the honeycomb, which I combine with the shark tooth necklace to make the stinger necklace, a very solid all-round accessory. Beyond that end though, there is nothing else left for me to do except fight Skeletron to gain access to my next spear. Let's do it. Which will allow me to get my next spear, the Dark Lance, the final pre-hard mode spear. Not exactly too great for weapon options. Not as good as yo-yos where I had the God's Gambit. Oh no, I'm just barely too slow for that. I have Terra Sparks. What's going on? Oh yeah, provided you can actually aim. Gold Plume Spear is decent damage. And then use this. Although, he's too fast for the Homing Blood to hit him. I don't even know what hit me there. Well, now the fight's free. So he just does the dongle dingle. And I can show off and weave for all the tight ones. Pause. That failed. Skeletron is the perfect boss archetype for the Gold Plume Spear to show off on. He stays directly above you, locked in place for the majority of the fight, and doesn't move. Although the Aqua Shard Shotgun would still be much, much better. Wait, focus. Don't reach out in the middle of a fight. Even if it's Skeletron. Sloppy fight bar going. I got bones! As I mentioned during the fight, my next and final spear for pre-hard mode is the Dark Lance, obtainable after beating Skeletron in Shadow Chests. Dark Lance, wait, no, what the fuck am I doing? Dark Lance drops from Shadow Chests. So the only reason I'm here is to get the Shadow Key. In simple terms, my objective here is to grab the mechanic, grab an alchemy table. Eeny, meeny, miny this one. Let's go. Okay, grab an obsidian key from one of the chests, then go to the underworld to open shadow chests until I get the Dark Lance. And first shadow chest, I get the Dark Lance. Wonderful. And a treasure magnet for later on. Because I'm me, I forget to grab the alchemy table, but I don't necessarily need it until post-golem, so that's fine. But I do now have my final pre-hard mode spear, the Dark Lance. It's true melee unfortunately, but it could be good for the Wall of Flesh's eyes. For true melee, this is gonna shred the Wall of Flesh's eyes. This is good. It shreds. Anyways, you're probably wondering why I was fighting the Eye of Cthulhu. I needed more Demonite ore to craft the deer thing to summon deer clops. So I can just true melee this guy and I'm golden for the first phase. In fact, you stay close to him the whole time, so I'm golden the whole time. But I have to get out of the way of him when he does that. For once, I'd actually say this is more than viable. This works well. This works really well. For Deerclops and hopefully the Wall of Flesh, the Dark Lance is a match like no other. But for the Slime God, however, things will be a bit more complicated. That did 140 damage? I don't think they did that much damage. What am I doing? Well, this is a boss Dark Lance is actually good at. Yippee! Aside from maybe the Bone Helm, Deerclops drops absolutely nothing of value to me, so the only reasonable course of action to take is to move directly onto the Slime God. And might I add, we were on an absolute roll here. In the space of about 20 real-life minutes, we'd gotten all the way from post-Hive Mind to post-Skeletron, and probably soon to be in hard mode. The Dark Lance just doesn't have the range to take on the first phase, so I begrudgingly switch back to the Gold Plume Spear, which takes a while but eventually gets through. Never mind, that wasn't too bad. Now I know for this phase I can go up close and I'm fine. Then after that I need to run. Why am I still using this? I can't hit them. Yes, this is just gonna take a long time. Pretty much, the whole song and dance I did with these guys was getting up close with the Dark Lance for this attack, running for the attack where they turn into these weird ball things, and then for the next attack where they both slam down in synchronization, using the Gold Plume Spear to hit them from a distance. It was a long and arduous battle, but no matter what weapon I'm wielding in these two hands, I'm more than capable. As for the core phase though, things will be a bit difficult, and we'll get to see the limitations of spears with front row seats. Trying to score a hit on this bastard with any spear, let alone the Gold Plume Spear, is like trying to slice a fly in half with a katana. Unless he does that one attack, I cannot hit him. Yes, thank you, fine slime. And that's decent. It's doable. It's just going to take a little bit longer than intended. Yeah, we're doing fine. Am I slowed down? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I actually doing? You're dead. There you go. With the slime god just barely taken down, I craft my beautiful starter gel melee armor. And with no other real upgrades on this tier, I replace my band of regeneration with the bone glove for extra damage up close. Then embark on my expedition to the Brimstone Crags. I already had 2 guide voodoo dolls from when I tried to farm for the magma stone, so everything was set into place. Played that mod. Could've got a dog. That's the worst shadow chest I've seen in my life. Why didn't it spawn up here too? Get out of my way! Stop! Don't kill me before the fight even begins. Okay, so Dark Lance is going to be the main thingamadong. That's some good damage with it. Not to mention the Shadow Flame debuff too. The Hungries are annoying though. They are just... No, it's not even the Hungries, it's the stupid Crags enemies. That are just incessantly in my way. Always. But I'm doing good now though. Like, these shred the main eyes. And the fight's basically done. Ow. Just as the Gaia manuscripts foretold, the Dark Lance completely shredded the Wall of Flesh's 4 eyes. But whether the Gold Plume Spear could get me through the rest of the fight is up for debate. Oh, this is bad. I'm near the main area now, but you're basically dead. Yeah, you're done, buddy. The moment I made it to an obsidian house, I take him out. It was a completely one-sided debate. With one final thrust of my Gold Plume Spear, I too had been thrusted into the midst of hard mode. Also, if this video made your day better, please consider subscribing to make my day better too. It's like a real-life incremental game. I hit 5k just the other day, so it would be pretty awesome to see how quickly we can double that number. Anyways, I open the Wolf's Treasure Bag, consume the Demon Heart, then get started on 2 of the 4 pre-mech spears we can obtain, which leads me underground. You can probably guess what spears they are based on that alone. Where's my Cobra Poop? And Palabadab. There's Paladadab. Even Dark Lance is holding up in early hard mode. This thing does not muck about. There's a reason they call it the spear version of the Night's Edge. Blizzard. I'm not going to buy them at their expensive price. You can go move into one of my freely available homes. It was a fairly chill and uneventful mining trip. I got more cobalt and palladium than I'll ever need in a whole playthrough. So now we get 2 spears at once. The cobalt try again. The cobalt Naginata and the palladium pike. Whoa, look at the damage difference. So I can buy a spiteful candle. Perfect. So, Cobalt Spear... Oh my shit, wait, what?! It's a little pokey stick, that is so fast. I mean, at least you have a ton of... Okay, this is weird, it flows. The Cobalt and Palladium Spears are reworked in Calamity to make them fast and slow respectively, which I don't think makes them worth using anymore, but it's still pretty interesting to see. Moving on to my next spear though, the Earthen Pike, I upgrade to the Cobalt Melee Armor, grab something I'd forgotten about, then head underground. The Earth Elemental, the kind fella that drops the Earthen Pike for me, is a rare enemy found in the Caverns layer. And when I say rare, this guy shows up less than Furita in the first half of Tokyo Ghoul. I use a Chaos Candle and a Water Candle, burn through multiple Zerg potions. And even then, it still takes over 10 minutes of dilly-dallying for the Earth Elemental to show up. So long that I was able to craft a full stack of cursed flasks and the star veil. Yes! Okay, there's only a chance I get the earthen pike. This is kind of bad considering there's so many— piss off! There's so many enemies around me. Now you're dead. Yeah, there we go. There's the earthen pike, next spear. Now, to my utter shock and disbelief, I confused this weapon with the other sword that the Earth Elemental drops, which is a true melee weapon. The Earthen Pike actually fires projectiles that deal good damage. Even despite them being harder to aim and not travelling as far as the Goldplume spear projectiles, they are still projectiles nonetheless, which will make fighting the early hard mode bosses orders of magnitude easier. Those first 3 spears were fairly simple and straightforward to obtain, but there's still one more I've yet to collect before moving on to the mechs. One that's far from easy to obtain, hidden within one of Terraria's most obscure sub-mechanics, which is part of an already underutilized mechanic. A weapon that you might not even know exists, the obsidian swordfish obtained from lava fishing. Do not. Actually don't. I'm dead. Oh my days. Even with the slurper pole, a Calamity fishing rod that works in lava, and Grand Marquis bait, it still took incredibly long to get a single catch. And getting lucky in obtaining a lava-proof fishing hook from a Hellstone crate didn't help much either, despite there being a mechanic where if you use more than one method of lava fishing at the same time, you'll get catches faster. All in all, even with the maximum possible efficiency I could muster, it still took a solid 20 minutes before I was able to catch the obsidian swordfish. Oh, yes! I caught it in time! I got it! And it's gonna be absolutely terrible, isn't it? Look at that, it sucks so bad. But I have it now. Finally, I'd collected all 4 of the pre-mech spears, with the earthen pike and obsidian swordfish being the only real difficult ones to obtain. Now, I'm sure you know what this means for the playthrough. This can be upgraded into the Bloody Worm Scarf. We can finally make some progress. I upgrade my Bloody Worm Tooth into the Bloody Worm Scarf, then replace my Bone Glove with the Counter Scarf, wearing 2 scarves at the same time. I shimmer the emblem I got from the Ball of Flesh into the Warrior emblem to replace my Star Veil with. I still needed Souls of Light for the Angel Wings though, but I know a fairly easy way to get them. I'm going to break my monitor, I swear! Is it here? Did my Astral Infection eat my Hallow? Did the Corruption eat my Hallow? No, Corruption is that side. Oh, the Astral Infection did eat— wait, no, there's Hallow. Look at my— that is stupid. You want Hallow? You got like 2 blocks of Hallow, dude. Take it or leave it. $1,500 a month New York apartment rent. There's rats in the microwave. It's not even Hallow enough to spawn Queen Slime. You're joking. Come on, I saw fairies and there we go. Just enough to spawn Queen Slime. Even with the poor range of the Earthen Pike, I'm still hopeful it will be just enough to actually reach Queen Slime. This is going to be pretty tragic, because provided the projectiles hit, they can actually dish out some fairly decent damage. Although, since she stays still and she's close to me, damage is actually beautiful. This is on tier. And now you're doing— oh! Wrong way. Yeah, and you severely punished me for that. There we go. I pulled that off. Okay, hopefully I can get you this cycle. Nah, she's gonna do the attack again. Oh, I just realized I'm nearly dead. I'm dead. And you're done. Well, that was Queen Slime. Actually, very good with spears. Earthen Pike, as long as you're close to a boss, it can perform well. And there's my 50 Souls of Light, so I never need to farm for them again. And Gelatinous Pillion. After farming some Wyverns for Souls of Flight, I was able to make the Angel Wings. Got him. Which in turn would complete my early hard mode loadout and allow me to move on to the next boss, Cryogen. Well, it's sort of an arena. Let's do it. Need I say more? Cryogen shouldn't be too bad, since he stays pretty close for the most part. And I've kind of learned that you can do this for the first attack. It helps a lot. Yeah, see, I'm not doing too bad. Damage is decent. You need to get out of here. Thank you. It's honestly not even that the Earthen Pike's good, it's just that Cryogen and Queen Slime are the perfect boss archetype for this weapon. They stay nice and close to you, they're fairly plump, and they don't move too much, or too sporadically. This is easy. When are you gonna dash? Now you are. Okay. I should get back into the snow biome. Oh, you died. Imagine no-hitting Cryogen and that gets you. The fact I thought you had to stay still for that attack for so long, until I realized you can jump and then fly back down. I could so go for a McDonald's breakfast right now. I have coupons for one. But there you go. Come closer. Come closer. Queen Slime I had minimal trouble with, and Cryogen looks like he's gonna follow suit. With the range limitation of the Earthen Pike, however, the upcoming mechs may pose a threat. The twins will be near impossible to hit due to the distance they keep and their speed. The Destroyer may be an option, but he's too difficult without a good ram dash. So, by process of elimination, the easiest mech anyway, Skeletron Prime, seems to be the right option for us. Easy fight. Okay, so Cryogen drops nothing of value, no spears. Nothing like that. Frost Flare is a beautiful accessory, so I'm going to use that. I guess I'll replace... I could replace Warrior Emblem with it, since I like Stinger Necklace. Looking back, I think replacing the Stinger Necklace with the Frost Flare would have been the smarter option, but either way, it doesn't change the fact that Skeletron Prime is going to get completely decommissioned. My final showdown before I end stream. And yeah, Earthen Pike is going to do pretty good for most of the attacks. Especially this phase. Prime's first phase is the jackpot for the Earthen Pike, having multiple close-range targets I can hit. You miss me. Yeah, miss me. You miss me. Ow. Okay, I might not be able to reach him. No, I'm good. This is like perfect height actually, I can just about reach him. This couldn't be more perfect. Skeletron's second phase is a bit inconsistent with some of the attacks being more sporadic than the others, but for the attack where he stays directly above you and shoots circles of spikes, you can get some solid consistent hits in. Damage! Ow. I'm not dying to this attack. Oh, this already. Okay. Loudest attack in the game. And then this weird attack, which does effectively enough. Oh, no, that could be tight. Because I have to avoid the smoke. Big Smoke! Remember that name! I'll have 2 number 9s. Number 9 large. Don't do that voice. A number 6, extra dip. A number 7. 2 number 45s. Why am I dodging it like this? 1 with cheese. That's fine. I could have built more of an arena, but we got him either way, so... Utterly destroying Skeletron Prime was a perfect way to cap off this stream, and also segues perfectly into the next stream, leaving me with exactly 4 new spears I can get post-mech. So there we have it, weapon racks for every single spear in the game. Awesome. Of course, because the last thing I did yesterday was slay the first mech boss, the first thing I need to do today is mine the tier 2 hard mode ores. I do love just a nice mining trip in Terraria, even the Yorick Tesla ore post Yaren. It is just a peaceful respite from the guts and carnage that are the bosses in this game, but that's the charm of it. You know what follows this though, of course. The next 2 spears. The Mithril Halberd, which has the same speed as the Cobalt Naginata, I think. And the Orichalcum Halberd. So you got your speedy one, and you got your slow one. They're pretty much just carbon copies of the Cobalt and Palladium spear with slightly higher damage. So let's move on to the next 2 more interesting spears. This is another one you might not know about, the Ghastly Glaive, which drops some ogres from the old one's army. Of course, being spears only, I can't use any sentries, so I'd have to get through this onslaught with my earthen pike alone. But the set bonus from the Orichalcum armor, which I made a short while ago, was backing me up real nicely. This set bonus with the debuff from the Frost Flare, it just does things. I was able to slice through the first few waves like cake, and I was pretty confident that I'd get through the later waves too, but I just didn't have the crowd control to deal with the small enemies and the Drakens, which have huge health pools. The Drakens have got to the crystal, it's over now. I failed at the very beginning of the final wave though, so I knew that with one slight push I'd be able to get all the way through. So I decided to replace my mobility accessories with damaging accessories, since you don't really need mobility for the Old One's army. And I also finally found a use for one of the hard mode ore spears, the Mithril Halberd. Wave 7 in Infernum does work slightly differently, with it at first being a normal wave, then transitioning into a solo fight with Shrek. And despite taking a few aerial hits to the crystal, my tweaked loadout was still able to pull through just fine. No, get out of the way of the crystal, you... Mister? You're done. Alright. Yes, Ghastly Glaive! Miraculously, the first ogre dropped me the Ghastly Glaive, meaning I don't have to go through this ordeal anymore, and I don't have to touch the Old One's army again in this entire playthrough, leaving me with just one more post-1 mech spear to obtain, which I really hope gets a rework one day, considering it's one of my favourite looking weapons in the game. The Mushroom Spear, of course, sold by the Truffle, meaning I need to make a surface mushroom biome to get him to move in. Sharpening Station for a bit of extra damage. Now I can put a house here and get the Truffle to move in. Awesome. Mario, what are you doing here? Okay, I'll wait for Truffle Man to move in. Glaive's pretty good for crowd control, farming enemies. I'll say that much. Mario! Deep one. Mario! There we go. Superman! Statistically speaking, there's probably people that have gotten married solely for the reason that they both have the same favorite number. Permafrost... How did he die? What? Truffle. Come here, you beautiful mushroom. The odd mushroom. There we go, and I'll also buy the Hamash because it's awesome. Oh, I'm broke? Oh, I've got to save up some money for that. Either way, we have the Mushroom Spear, which is not going to be that good, I'll be real. Now with all 4 spears obtained from the post-1 mech tier, we can move on to the next 2 bosses. So how to get free Shark Fins APK 2025. Based on what I'm doing right now, you can probably infer that I'm farming Shark Fins for the seafood, which summons the Aquatic Scourge. Holy shark tooth necklaces! Within a matter of seconds, I had ethically obtained enough shark fins to craft the seafood summon, allowing me to summon the Aquatic Scourge, with my 2 main spears being the Earthen Pike for range and the Ghastly Glaive for true melee. I'm gonna need to get up real close and personal. Okay, I'm not gonna risk it in this phase. Yeah, this is just fine, but when he coils though, then I can go crazy. For the majority of the fight, sticking to the Earthen Pike was a much safer option, and surprisingly, it was dealing not too bad damage. And when the Scourge would do his coil attack, I could switch to the Ghastly Glaive, get up close, and get some much higher damage numbers. But that's not too bad. Yeah, we're doing about average damage to this dude. Not to mention the set bonus from the Orichalcum armor, which when lined up properly, would deal immense damage to the Scourge, possibly rivaling our actual main weapons. And that was pretty much the gist of the first phase. For the second phase, I had less opportunities to get up close, but when I could though, I would take full advantage. Oh, coil. Perfect. Cito sits up. This whole opera would repeat until I tickled him enough with the Ghastly Glaive to get him to the final phase. Final phase? When? Final phase now? There we go. Follow me! Now, hold on to your horses and keep your seatbelts on. You're not gonna believe what I did in the final phase. I tickled him even more. Get him! Chase that tail! So what can I say, for Infernum Aquatic Scourge at least, spears are actually pretty decent, although you will have to go out of your way to get the Ghastly Glaive. Not a single useful thing comes from the Scourge's treasure bag, so it's on to the next boss who will allow me to get even more spears afterwards. Don't know why I said but, twins are just easy. Free fight, but it's gonna take a long time to take him out. The twins have no real safe opportunities for true melee attacks, so for the entire fight, I'd have to rely on the earthen pike, which has not very good range. Basically no attacks where I can hit them aside from this, I guess? Although when there's opportunities to lure the boss into your attacks, you can get some decent hits in, but that doesn't change the fact that they're simply out of reach for the majority of their attacks. Which one? Okay, Spasmatism, second phase. And you. Good cycle? Perfect. Can actually get hits on Spasmatism. Clean. Good damage. I'm surprised I'm actually doing so good on this. Damage is amazing. Well, I say amazing. Amazing for spears only. Like, look at that, we're in this phase already. That was a weird move, but I pulled it off okay. Go crazy. Got him, okay. It's locked in, final phase is gonna be just fine. As always, I choose Spasmatism's final phase since it's objectively easier. This should be... I can kind of hit him here, but at the same time not, it's still hard to. Yeah, it's pretty hard to hit him. I got hit, no. This one was a bit tricky, where I'd have to stay in Spasmatism's line of sight to actually hit him, but also dodge the projectiles he fires out. Yeah, you're done. You're done, kid. Nice. But all in all, it was fairly easy. The earthen pike is more than viable. I think it was worse with the yo-yos actually. Just like the pre-mech and post-1 mech stages, we now have another 4 spears to get into our collection. And can you guess what the first 2 are? Well, yeah, of course, but we'll actually be doing 2 mining trips this tier instead of just the 1 for the hard mode ores. I think I'm just gonna stick with Orichalcum armor. Since, you know, it's solid. I craft my next 2 spears, the Adamantite Glaive and Titanium Trident, both of which retaining the exact same archetype as the Cobalt and Palladium spears. As for the 3rd spear on this tier, which I need to do another mining trip for, I make an Adamantite pickaxe and head to the underground ice biome. This spear in particular is made from cryonic bars and is one I was pretty excited to obtain. Getting it will be a massive upgrade compared to our earthen pike. So anyways, I present to you the next long-range projectile spear, the Star Knight Lance. For the sole reason that it shoots a big-ass projectile. It goes long, it goes far. The earthen pike served us well, I will admit, but the projectile from the Star Knight Lance travels much further and could possibly deal even more DPS, which with the upcoming bosses being Brimmy and the Destroyer will be invaluable. I'd like to get Flame Wings at the very least before I do Brimmy. As for how the Star Knight Lance performed, it wasn't exactly incredible on lots of small moving targets. This is not a good weapon to farm enemies with. Looks like I don't need to farm him anymore though. But it gets the job done regardless, and what I really want to use this thing for are the next 2 bosses. There's nothing about this loadout I need to change, other than this. I guess I'll just use Warrior Emblem. So after crafting the ornate shield for a ram dash and upgrading my wings to flame wings, I get ready to fight Brimmy. It's gonna be hard to aim. But once she does this, it's fine. That's a hard attack though. I can just aim towards the boss cursor and I should be gold. Perfect. And for this I can get right up close, since she doesn't deal contact damage. I could true melee her for this, not gonna lie. That would be insane damage, but I've dug my own grave, so I'll stick with it. In general, Brimmy stays fairly static and close to the player, along with the Star Knight Lance dealing solid DPS. Meaning, I'm pretty sure we have an easy fight on our hands. Obviously, I can hardly damage her in her cocoon phase, but that applies regardless. Can't really damage her here. Damage is decent, but survivability is rock bottom considering I've only got DPS accessories on. That's rough. Got him. Oh, you're dead. You're stupid. Can I just like circle you for a little? No, I can't. You stupid. Oh, that was... I always barely avoid those. Okay, there we go. Brimmy, as always, poses minimal threat, so I take her treasure bag, open it up, and obtain the 4th spear on this tier. And we got the Brim Lance from the first treasure bag, perfect. I also realized that you could technically get this thing post 1 mech, since that's when Brimmy's summon becomes available to craft, aka when you can mine Infernal Swavite. But at the same time, on boss checklist and many other sources, she comes after 2 mechanical bosses. But this doesn't really matter too much, let's just move on to the hardest mechanical boss, the Destroyer. Anyways. Oh, okay. I had to take that back. It's fairly decent. But Starlight Lance does good damage too, from a range. I say good damage, it's halfway decent. This is doable. I've just gotta take some time. I could dish out almost double the DPS of the Starlight Lance if I got up close with the Brim Lance, but that was too risky for a fight like this. This is gonna be an endurance fight either way. So I stuck with the Starlight Lance for consistency and prepared myself for a long battle. Shame I lost adrenaline. Oh, no! Close one. It really is just RNG of the bomb sometimes. Like that. Now it's time to run. Far away. Bomb, and they're gone. There were hardly any attacks where I couldn't hit the Destroyer, but also hardly any where I could get up close safely and deal extra damage. Anyways, easy Destroyer final phase. It ain't nothing. You just gotta move a little bit, and you run. And he comes back for more, and then you dash, and then you run. You go BOW! And then... Oh no, bombs. See, RNG, I'll just run and they won't hit me. Never mind. Whee! Where are ya? Lasers? Alright. He came back for vengeance. There we go. Delete. What now? Bombs? This could be the death of me. I got lucky that time. And I can just do that for this one. Nice. It was a very lengthy fight, but I'd had a lot of practice at the Destroyer at this point, so I got through it just fine. And now Drayden is gobsmacked, completely dumbfounded at how I've just defiled his creations with my spear. Pulls! Now being post 3 mechs, I have 2 more spears available to collect, both of them being obtained from mining ores. I could have farmed more mechs to get hallowed bars, but in Calamity, hallowed ore actually spawns in the underground hallowed post 3 mechs, so I was just able to mine it. Allowing me to make the first of 2 spears on this tier, the ever so classic Gungnir. Which... yeah, pretty good true melee, I'll keep that. The only spears we've got until Plantera are the Gungnir and the Chlorophyte Partisan. There's no more spears after that. Alright, I guess we'll go get the Chlorophyte one then. Mining a good old hefty chunk of Chlorophyte was just one amongst the many things I needed to do in the jungle at this point. Since I wanted to upgrade to the Chlorophyte melee armor, I was going to need to mine a lot of Chlorophyte, but I also hadn't obtained any life fruit yet, nor had I made an arena in the Vernal Pass for Plantera. So as I trekked all the way to the Vernal Pass, I mined up a huge sum of Chlorophyte ore and collected as many life fruits as possible. I eventually end up arriving with just over half the life fruits I need and over 500 Chlorophyte ore. I forget to set my wayfinder, then teleport back home to make the Chlorophyte Partisan. So now I can make my final spear post 3 mechs and the final spear until post Plantera. The amazing, the beautiful Chlorophyte Partisan. This thing is so good. Let me take you back to a simpler and more colourful time. Back in version 1.2, when you didn't have the Terrorblade or the Death Sickle, this is what you would use. It dealt good damage, it had crowd control, and the projectile could even go through blocks, which were all amazing qualities a decade ago, but will they hold up for Infernum bosses? Wow, hits me every time. Got it! For the majority of the first phase, I stuck to the Star Knight Lance since the Glorified Partisan simply didn't have the range to hit Calclone. Circle Time is the only place I can really use the Glorified Partisan. Like right now. Oh, this is Circle Time. And that is some amazing close... Oh, shit. That is some... Look at that, Brothers already. Amazing damage. Brothers were also a similar story, with them simply being too far away for the Glorified Partisan to hit. But when it can hit though, it hits like a truck. Place a campfire down here. There we go. A little bit of regen. Like 0.5 HP per second. And you're done. Okay, sun. I need the hearts. Got them. I'm done. Too far away. What am I actually doing? Okay. I can't believe that. Oh, okay, those were the homing ones. That was hard. Clean. Homing. Okay. They spawn it. Perfect. Okay, let's go. Screwed it up, but that's fine. Damage is a lot better than with a yo-yo, so I'll be real. Close one. I always screw that up. Somehow. I can never not get hit during that first attack. But you're basically done though, so it doesn't matter. After completely throwing my first attempt, Calclone went down in a second, which isn't too bad for me. And with Calclone dropping nothing remotely useful, all there is left to do is make my Vernal Past arena and challenge Plantera. I don't need an arena, to be honest. I can just raw dog this, I'll be fine. Or whatever I said here, I guess. Maybe I can first try Plantera? Let's find out. If I don't beat her with those two bulbs up there, then I will make an arena. Okay, let's put this Glorified Plantapan to the test. Stupid archers, oh my fart. Of course, for the first phase, getting up close to Plant was way too risky and unnecessary, so I played the long game with the Star Knight Lance. Oh no, the hole. I might need to patch it up. I can't do a lot of damage to her in the first phase, because the huge-ass island blocking the path of my weapon. I'm definitely gonna need an arena. Or at the very least, to remove that stupid island. I think I'm gonna save Adrenaline for the first part of the second phase. Just so I can completely melt her. Come on, do math. Alright, here goes. Enormous damage. To the moon. Yeah, Partisan's gonna be the way for this. And that was an absolutely correct assumption. Aside from the dashing attack, I can stay real close to Plantera for the entire second phase, allowing me to get some insane damage in with the Partisan. Come closer. I've nearly got Adrenaline again. Oh, this is beautiful. It doesn't get any better than this. What a Plantera fight. Like, you're just done already. You are just dead. There's no question. Now up here. It doesn't get any worse than that. But the immunity from the Strange Brew, I think, saved me. Fuck. Okay, maybe I shouldn't get cocky until I have an arena. All the people watching me on the second monitor, you're all great. You're all doing amazing work. This seems to work. Give me boss then. Wrong answer, nephew. Okay. That's a fine area. I can just about make do with this. How did I... Oh my... Wow. Wow. If I can beat Plantera on this attempt too, make the comeback of the century. Okay. Decent area to work with. That was my fault. That was my fault. Oh, go down this way and then... Oh, that's bad. See what I mean by Plantera being luck-based? You get bad positioning and it's just... Especially for this attack too, you're forced to accept your fate. Well, that kind of just fluked my way through, but still. And I'll go over to this side, stay, or go to that side. This is fine. But then there's that. Okay, that's a good position for that, though. I'm okay. Perfect. You're done. Oh! that could have ended the run. That could have ended the run, too. Alright, there we go. That was Plantera. Not as bad as a yo-yo run, where it took, like, 5 minutes to pull off, I think. I say not as bad as a yo-yo run, but I completely fumbled those first 2 attempts and almost followed suit on the 3rd attempt. But either way, I've earned my victory and we can move on to the post-Plantera spears. I'd also like to note I've collected exactly 2/3 of the spears in the entire game. Defeating Plantera gives us access to 3 unique spears, the first of them bringing me underground to mine perennial ore. I craft my perennial ore into bars, then make the Helion Flower Spear. Where's the fit? Are you... There we go, the Helion Flower Spear, or Helion. Now this spear is already amazing in its own right, for the sole fact that it fires a long-range projectile. But believe me, it gets better. A lot better on this tier. Crafted with living shards, Calamity adds a variety of Terra tier weapons, much like the Terra Blade. And one of them is a spear. There we go, Terra Lance. Botanic Piercer, Terra Lance, call it whatever you want, but this thing is the spear equivalent of the Terra Blade, which means it can only be amazing for us. Having these 2 spears in my possession now, I'm just about ready to tackle any challenge on this tier. But before the upcoming bosses, we need to obtain the 3rd post-Plantera spear, and before that, I wanted to make some upgrades, like the Aurea Booster, because why on earth are the Spectre Wings on class setups? I go on a good old jungle expedition to do 2 things, obtain the Feral Claws to make the mechanical glove, and max out my life fruits. Which, luckily, both tasks didn't take too long to complete, considering Feral Claws are RNG based. I max out my life fruits, then craft the Sanguine Tangerine for an extra 25 HP on top of that. Then craft the sick-ass Auto-Mail Glove to replace my Warrior Emblem with. And then once I'm post-golem, I can make that into the Fire Gauntlet. And finally, I went to fight some bones in the dungeon to obtain Ectoplasm. The Terra Lance did an excellent job at crowd control here, not to mention the fact that the projectile can go through blocks as well. With this Ectoplasm, I was able to craft Cause of Calamity, which in turn allowed me to upgrade my Ornate Shield into the Asgard's Valor, and allowing me to craft the Naughty Present, letting me summon the Frost Moon at will, which is where I'll be obtaining my next spear from. And now it's Frost Moon time. So the Flower Spear doesn't pierce, but summons the Orichalcum Petals, which are awesome. And the Botanic Piercer, they're rivaling each other, I'll say that. The first few waves of the Frost Moon were literally like sweeping the floor. Things did get a bit complicated when the sand tank started spawning, but even still, the Botanic Piercer stood firm. I made up for its lack of DPS with its general overall effectiveness. After reaching wave 11, I pivoted my focus to the Ice Queens that began spawning, since they're the ones that dropped the North Pole, my next spear. Considering how hard it is to aim spears projectiles at moving targets, the Ice Queen was actually quite formidable. I even switched back to the Helion Flower Spear, as the velocity of the projectile allowed me to aim it at the Ice Queen easier. Okay, well I've got 2 minutes left of the Frost Moon, and I've only taken out 1 Ice Queen. It's probably going to be out about 2 Ice Queens per Frost Moon. Those are terrible rates. Okay, yeah, maybe I could take out 3 Ice... I don't need to take out any more Ice Queens. Queens. Fuck yeah. After only 2 Ice Queens, I obtained the elusive North Pole, probably one of my favourite spears in the entire game, because it had so much aura when I was a kid. So there isn't really a single spear that I want to put in the collection right now. I'll just keep all of these on hand. Of course, prior to the Frost Moon, I got all my upgrades in check, and now having all 3 spears obtained, I can fight some bosses. Let's do Leviathan. So this phase, I'm thinking Flower Spear's the way. I knew Anahita would be an absolute struggle with these spears due to her small hitbox, but I had high hopes for Leviathan. Yeah, okay, that works. That's a strat. When it does hit her, it does a lot of damage, which means it's going to be doubly good for Leviathan. Surprisingly, of all things, I found the North Pole to be the best against Anahita, since I didn't have to aim for the projectiles to hit her. As for the Leviathan herself though, she is enormous. meaning I can totally capitalize off her large hitbox and have all the projectiles from the North Pole hit her at once. This is immaculate. Dare I say overpowered. You're at halfway down already. She was halfway down, but I was over 2/3 down. Alright, I'm safe, I got heal off. Yeah, we're done. Wow. I didn't expect that to be so quick. I need the hearts though. You mind if I take those hearts? Ow. Okay, well that was a scuffed fight, but North Pole is absolutely insane. Community? No. The North Pole made an absolute mockery of Leviathan, so I was excited to see how it would stomp over Astrum Aureus. Alright, let's first try him. And he immediately falls down, but I can just go up here and cheese this attack sort of. Yeah, North Pole was putting in some good work. Tight. Whee! So far, the North Pole seemed like the unequivocal best option against Astrum Aureus. Now, Infernum Aureus has less health than— Holy, we're shredding him! Wow. North Pole's amazing. In fact, this attack here is literally made for the North Pole. You can camp directly above Aureus and get the most damage from the icicles to fall down. Alright, there we go. That was easy. Surprisingly, our spears, or should I say North Pole, made short work of the Leviathan and Astrum Aureus, so I take my adrenaline upgrade as a small reward, then move directly onto Golem. Okay, yeah, maybe North Pole isn't going to be as good. But even if I throw it, like, just at him instead of above him. Yeah, okay, you were right, Phoenix. It's pretty terrible against Golem. Unfortunately, the North Pole doesn't hold up for Golem's tiny head, so I switched back to the Botanic Piercer for a more consistent option. This is going to take a while. Probably upwards of 7 minutes. But I can handle you, Golem. You ain't nothing to me. It's always an endurance fight with Golem. Especially if you've got a terrible weapon. Second phase, when? There we go. Golem's second phase doesn't change too much aside from slightly harder attacks, and the Botanic Piercer can still keep up just fine. I like how the spears are weird there because the holes of the traps. That's strange. What a waste of spears. Oh, what am I grappled the wrong way. The actual genius. I can't let myself slip. Surprisingly, as I crawled to the tail end of the fight, my health got dangerously and scarily low. Maybe I was getting too complacent with these spears. You're done, son. 7-minute fight? Yeah, 7 minutes. So far, these spears have been working just fine for us, and Golem was no shoddy example. He doesn't drop anything too valuable, aside from the Sunstone to laser upcraft into the Celestial Shell, and the Pixel, giving me the means to get the next out of 2 post-Golem spears I have on my list. That doesn't sound fun. Oh, it's you. Hey there. The first spear up, in great juxtaposition to the second one, is exceedingly simple to craft, needing just Scoria bars. I also give my Glorified Armor a well-needed replacement with the Hydrothermic Melee Armor. On top of this, I craft the Hadal Mantle to replace my Aurea boosters, and upgrade my Mechanical Glove into the Fire Gauntlet. There's my Fire Gauntlet. After making those upgrades, I head back into the Abyss to mine Voidstone, since I'll be needing 50 Luminel, which is part of the crafting recipe for the next spear on my list, the Tenebrous Tides. And just to emphasize how much 50 Luminel actually is, it took me a solid 10 minutes of mining Voidstone to get enough. And I don't know of any other way to obtain it, aside from one rare enemy which drops 1 or 2 at a time. For the Tenebrous Tides though, I still need an Influx Waver, Atlantis, that's a Leviathan drop, and the Amidius Trident. The Amidius Trident was simply bought from Amidius himself. The Atlantis I had to farm Leviathan for, who I'm still terrible at fighting. Got her. Okay, will I get the Atlantis, I think it's called? No, I won't. Will I get this try? Yeah, there we go. No community though, but I got the weapon I needed. With those two weapons out of the way, the only one I need now is the Influx Waver from the Martian Madness, which with my current weaponry may pose a bit of a threat, but as long as I can isolate one of the sources, then all should go to plan. There you are. Well, you ain't too bad. Except for the copious amounts of enemies following me that could potentially kill me. So I can just slowly glide down as a wyvern. Okay, well I don't need to farm him anymore. Awesome. Now with all three of these weapons obtained, I can finally craft my very promising looking next spear, the Tenebrous Tides. Oh. I didn't consider that one. Or maybe not, because when I was making the list, and this entire time I've been farming for the ingredients, I didn't notice that it needs an ancient manipulator to craft. Camper. Now I can farm for blood moons. So, after that disappointment, I decided to change gears for a bit and do my classic strategy of AFK farming blood moons for blood orbs to make every single potion imaginable. And yes, I did a tier list too. Fulu, haven't fought in a while, so benefit of the doubt. You can go and be below on a heater. Providence? Favorite boss in the mod? Oh, hell yeah. Good thing I have audio all the way down, otherwise it would sound like something like this. I craft near enough every single potion, put them all in my piggy bank, then clean up some of the smaller upgrades available. They should still function. Yeah. Perfect. 650 max health. 30 moonshine, so that's like 650 to 812 max life, basically for free. Moonshine is insane, always craft it. I farm a solar eclipse to get the moonstone and Neptune's shell to eventually craft into the celestial shell. There we go, moonstone. The moonstone takes literal seconds to get, while for some reason the Neptune's shell took almost the entire duration of the solar eclipse. Either way, I craft the celestial shell to replace my frost flare and complete my loadout for the upcoming post-golem bosses. And this is my loadout for the next few bosses. Hadal Mantle for wings, until I get Fisherman Wings, Angel Treads, Ascod's Valor, Fire Gauntlet, Bloody Worm Scarf, and Celestial Shell. So yeah, they removed the Diseased Pike, which means the next spear I can get is the Galvanizing Glaive, which is obtained in basically the same way anyways. It just needs infected armor plating from Plaguebringer, life alloys, and some other shabazz. My actual next spear, not the Tenebrous Tides, comes indirectly from defeating Plaguebringer Goliath. And with my loadout fully prepared at this point, there's nothing else left to do except face her. Anyways, I'm guessing North Pole is going to be the way for this. It's not incredible, but maybe Terra Lance is what I use. Yeah, it looks like it at this point. Maybe for this I use North Pole? Yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely use North Pole for this. It's situational, really. Or if I just aim the North Pole upwards the whole time, I think that could be the way. Yeah, that's the way. Within moments of beginning the fight, I'd already established the strategy of firing the North Pole directly upwards to rain down on the Plaguebringer. Maybe not. Oh shit. Vulcanite Lance for this? Yeah, that works. Bad time to use a Dren, but watch me no-hit this whole fight. Damn, I dashed early and that ruined it. Either way, there is no way. I'm having absolutely no trouble with this right now. Okay, nuke phase, alright. But that's when I'm gonna switch to this and get up close so I can just destroy them before they destroy me. And then you do that again, easy. Now for the best phase of the entire fight. One of my favorite attacks in the whole game. Again? Oh no. Die. Thank you. Wait, don't nuke me post-mortem. I'm dead. No, just in the Nicholas of time. With the North Pole for single target, Botanic Pierce of crowd control, and Vulcanite Lance for true melee, Plaguebringer gave me absolutely no trouble, and I immediately get to crafting the Galvanizing Glaive. This thing is like fairly decent. It shoots a projectile. It's like a little swingy, spinny thing. Honestly, I don't really know what this weapon does and what you use it for. So to find those two things out, I decided to challenge Duke Fishron next, and also get my Fishron wings in the process. I've never played Doki Doki, but I used to watch a ton of videos on it, because the theories were interesting, and like the Easter eggs and stuff. I've never played the game in my life. Okay, Fluke Dishron, let's try the Galvanizing Glaive. Doesn't home, so wait, hold on, damage is insane. Okay, when it actually hits, the damage is quite good. But it doesn't hit very often. It's probably better than the Terra Lance would ever be on this boss, so I guess I'll use it. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Okay, I'll stick with it. Nearly on second phase already, so... Have you noticed it yet? The electric circle that spins around the boss occasionally when you get a true melee hit? Seems like when I get a true melee hit, the damage goes incredible. Let's put that theory to the test. Oh my... What? What? That is what the Galvanizing Glaive does. And while I didn't get the Fishron wings, I was more than happy to try Fishron again, just to see if I could replicate what happened in the final phase back then. Now this attack. Got it. It's on him. I don't know what kind of sequence of events you need to put in to trigger that circle thing, but when it hits, it hits. It's just... I don't know what to say. There we go. Got it. Okay, so it's like a really direct hit with good timing on the Duke that gets that effect to happen. A minute and 27, that is a very solid kill time for this stage. Yeah, that might be a bit insane, not gonna lie. Still need Fishron wings. Flink Dinkron. Now, that was my 5th Duke Fishron fight. Can I get the wings? Come on, man. Oh my... the Motherload. Still didn't get the Fishron wings. Wings? Oh wait, no, I didn't get them. Come on, do it. Do it for the funnies. Yes! Haha, there we go. Wings? I don't see wings. 10th Duke Fishron fight. There we go. On my 11th fight, I got the Fishron wings. Get a couple temple bricks. Just a few. With 11 Fishrons defeated and my Fishron wings obtained, I move on to the Ravager. Rain, go away. While my next spear, the Tenebrous Tides again, is post-cultist, I've still got some fodder to take out beforehand, like Daytime Empress. Now, this is probably going to be insane for Ravager because of the circle time. There we go, get the circles on all of them, and that's some beautiful DPS. I've got to get real up close though. Somehow that didn't hit me. It's risky, but it's amazing. Tickle his feet. Here we go. Wait, did that get you to core phase already? No, I've still got to take out that part of you. The Galvanizing Glaive was putting in some solid work on Ravager, especially with the circle time ability. You stupid asshole. Oh no. No way I'm gonna die because of this stupid shooty thing. Uh-oh. There's no way. There's no way. This thing needs to go. Oh no. 40,000 health. I can't just take it out. I've just got to roll with it. Yeah, land on the platforms, that helps. Oh no. Maybe Terra Lance. Actually, maybe North Pole. Yeah, North Pole's the way. There we go. I found the solution, Mom. Look. It's amazing. Die! Oh no. There we go. But that was completely scuffed. Take my fleshy geode, Infernal Blood. Ravager weapons are so useless except Cranium Smasher. It doesn't? Oh, except that. Okay, I don't need it. I can just... No, I guess for this I'll use North Pole, since I can just hit everywhere. As for what spear I was going to use for Empress, there are no homing options, so I was stuck with the ones I had. And out of all of them, I figured the North Pole would be the best, since it can cover a wide area and deal the most DPS. Yeah, North Pole is what I want to use. I may have to do multiple suns, not gonna lie. Obviously, seeing how... Wait, no, because for the final phase, the final attack before sun, the way she's positioned, I could skip sun altogether. If I charge Adrenaline for that, but that's not gonna happen, is it? That's an opportunity for good damage if I get her right here. I'm so used to it, it's easier than nighttime. I'm not actually used to how slow blades are at night. Clean, and then horizontal blades. Oh, what the fuck are you- wait, why are you doing that again? I didn't expect you to do that. Are you not in, like, your next phase? I guess I'm not beating her quick enough. Oh, I could use Galvanizing Glaive for that. She's too far away for it right now, but when she's up close, I could use it. Now, how about this? What are you doing now? Blades. Solid? Too slow. Oh, okay, wow. Your attack cycles are so confusing when you don't kill her quick enough. It's a bad position, but I can make do. Yeah, right now. Well, there's nothing I can do except pray. There's no way I'm actually gonna beat Sun. Actually, yeah, I've got this. Watch this. Bad. I've just got to go for it. Got it? Got it? I done Sun. Okay. I just completely sucked at it the last few times I did it though, which is weird. And now for Speedy Blades. Okay, well that was something. The Daytime Empress attempt of all time. Got my Terra, please, ma. With both of those fodder bosses out of the way now, I immediately rush into Lunatic Cultist. I don't have an arena, I just realized. It's fine. Come on, get the circle. There you go. Take the damage. Don't be too risky though. I need to live. Clean? Never mind. Take it. Okay, now for this. Uh-oh. Oh no, what am I doing? Don't throw, this is cultist. Nothing I can do. I'm dead, I'm dead. Fire again? No, this. Nice. Get you up here for this. Oh, that spawned down there. And then... this. Can't really hit you with that right now, although I sort of can. Get you in a good position for laser. Perfect. No, you're done. Come on, get the circle time. Whatever. Now, as someone said in the comments of one of my videos, there's a safe spot for Desperation, which is like... the ball thingies come out at the same spot every time, basically. Which is just Infernum giving you multiple ways to dodge attacks, which is pretty cool. Now, I can finally make the stupid weapon that I tried to get without knowing that I needed an ancient manipulator to craft, the Tenebrous Tides. So let's just craft that straight away. See what it does. Okay, what are we talking? Oh, it's, okay, provided you can aim. It's a decent... it's decent. Very good range, which is what you want in a spear. It's yet another projectile firing spear, which pierces and does pretty consistent damage. I think maybe I'll use this for long range and the Galvanizing Glaive for medium to low range. As for right now though, I use it to clear out the 4 pillars in preparation for Astrum Deus, which is where I get my next spear from. Look at us. Spear's actually putting in some work now. And of course, after taking out the 4th pillar comes the obligatory random Moonlord attempt. I doubt I'll win this one though. It would be funny, it would be mad funny if I just beat Moonlord right now. But I kind of don't want that to happen because it would be a progression skip, and I'd have to like force myself not to use Moonlord's drops until I beat Astrodeus and get the other spear. It'd just be like a whole awkward mess, you know? Okay, Tenebrous Tide is not that good on Moonlord, I will say. Don't know what else I could use on him, really. Actually, it's decent if I can get hits in, but for the core phase, it's not going to be incredible. Unless I true melee that with the Astral Pike or something. Got him. Maybe I shouldn't do this, because more than likely, I'm gonna win. Hold it. Okay, and... watch this. Go actual... oh my... what?! 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 What the hell just happened? What are we really doing? It did not just insta-kill Moonlord. What are we really doing? The Galvanizing Glaive just insta-killed Moonlord. What is Calamity Balance? Yeah, the Galvanizing Glaive circle time was good against Fishron, but I did not think it had the potential to insta-kill Moonlord's final phase. I've still got to go get the Astral Pike from Astrodeus. But Moonlord's out of the way though. So at least I don't need to beat him afterwards, since the Astral Pike really wouldn't do much against him. So I can just go and fight Astrodeus. Galvanizing Glaive might actually be better than the Vulcanite Lance against him. Depends, it's only if you can get the circle time though. There we go, got it. Okay, it's not that good. It's not worth the risk. How about Vulcanite Lance? Yeah, what am I doing? Even that isn't really worth it. North Pole, let's see what that does. Because, like, you know, Astrodeus has a long body. What am I actually doing? So North Pole could hit all these segments when you spread out like that. Yeah, it's pretty good, like 4,000 DPS. How about Tenebrous Tides? These are more consistent, but they make my game lag a ton. I think best overall option is just going to be North Pole. And I'm nearly dead. That was a crazy hit. Oh no. Oh no. I don't even know what's hitting me. Okay, Blender, that's okay, that's easy. Oh my days, what even hits me? And now you're spurting out those little peaches that stick on the floor. Pools? What even are they? There we go, okay. That's a silly fight. Now that I've defeated Astrodeus and broken the Seal of the Stars, I can finally obtain the Astral Pike, albeit a bit late. Astral Pike, Astral Pike, Astral... oh, Astral Bars. Then the Astral Pike. Boom. We're not even going to get a chance to properly test this thing since I've already done the Moonlord. Would this thing have been worth it on the Moonlord? No, because Galvanizing Glaive exists. But what if the Galvanizing Glaive did not exist? This is fast. What if this is my only option? Come closer. Oh, interesting. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, wow. Alright, when you can get up close, that is beautiful. It's pretty good, provided you can actually hit the boss consistently. So there we go, now we've collected every single pre-hard mode and hard mode spear. With the Moonlord, defeated, we now have 2 pre-provident spears open to us. One of which being a drop from Dragon Folly, and the other able to be crafted right now. Life alloys. Then I just need a Botanic Piercer, which I don't want to sacrifice the one in my collection, so I'll need to make a second Botanic Piercer, which means I need to get a second Dark Lance. First though, I've got a World Hop to get the Dark Lance. Take my pick, mining loadout, and dig to China. Well, no more shadow chests this way. Hopefully the right side of the world can fulfill my wish. There we go, there's Dark Lance. So now I can make Botanic Piercer, and then I should just be able to make the Vanishing Point. There we go. My first post-Moonlord Spear, 1 out of 5 of them. As for what the Vanishing Point does, I hadn't used it in multiple years, so I was just as eager as you probably are to find out what it does. Why is it so... Wait, that's different. Fires a lance beam that splits multiple times as it travels. Clearly. How many times does it split? Oh my... What? What? Come on, how many times? How many times? Surely they stop after a while. Seems like they do. Yeah, this feels like an old school Calamity weapon. Whether this thing's absolutely amazing or absolutely terrible, who knows, but first I wanted to make my upgrades before going into Dragon Folly. What would I ever do without this? Make thou solar wings. Lucky, too. To replace the well overdue for an upgrade Frost Flare, I want to go farm Leviathan for the community. It just... oh my days. You cannot use this thing, it just fries your PC. Maybe if I kite you into these? No, they're too fast. Come on, go into the projectiles. Oh my, yes. That's how you do it. Well, they don't balance these weapons, do they? This is going to completely shred Providence. Let's see how quickly we can kill Leviathan. And you are... done. There you go. Ooh, actually, that wasn't as good. Aim it directly up from the bottom of the platform, then bring them up. Just get a couple going, then... yes, come on, yes, yes! You're a genius! I'm screenshotting that message. You're a genius. I didn't consider how fast I'd be able to fly up. Okay, let's go again. Same strat. Okay, come upwards. Yes, and then... come on. Teleport! Ah, you nearly had it. Never mind, you're dead. Anyways... really don't know what else to put on this slot, so I think I'm just going to use the insignia. Soaring insignia. There we go. And then I'll reforge all of these, make flasks of crumbling, if I can make them. With all the preparations made, I throw down an arena for probably my least favourite boss in all of Infernum. Let's see how it goes. I really don't like Infernum Dragon Folly. I'm not good at the fight either. But you don't have a lot of health and I can basically fly god you. Holy lag from this spear already. You do not want to use this weapon, you just don't. I just need to find a way to trick him into going into the projectiles. Like that, like, oh my, like that, yes! Yes! Come on, this way, this way. You can do it. Into the projectiles, oh! He just needs to follow me. Dash? No, you're doing that attack, aren't you? Surely you'll dash now. There you go. I'm taking a lot of hits, but I have a lot of health, so I'm doing fine. I dashed, but still got hit. Just never use this weapon. It's not even one of the cases where it's unique for the sake of unique. It's just dumb. It's such a stupid weapon concept. But it makes it kind of funny to use, I guess. Okay, you're dashing? No, you keep doing that stupid attack with the circles of the tampon-looking things. Come on! There we go. Wait, but you're gonna dash now. Alright, not bad. Good damage there. I don't think I can hold out for the rest of the fight, though. How am I not dead? Dash. Into the pit of death? You're so close. There's no way. Damn, okay. The fact they've tried so hard to remove all the jank in Calamity in the past 2 updates, and then things like this are still in the game and working and functional. Oh, okay, decent damage points there. I've got to be careful because you're in your final phase now. Okay, screw it. I don't care, just come up with me. It's like that one fight in Fire Force with Benimaru, and The Demon Infernal. Low-key, why don't I do Polgast? I can't do progression skips. But we don't count Moonlord though. Sadly, I don't get the Gilded Proboscis on my first Dragon Folly attempt, but that's a blessing in disguise though, since it gives me more time to experiment and screw around with this stupid spear. Oh yes! If I can save Adrenaline, that'd be so... Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! Die! Yes! I got him! Still no Gilded Proboscis? No. There we go. Oh, come on, you're so close. Alright. I can't get a stupid spear. It's time to die. Thank you. Holy lag. I got another golden eagle. I want to do Providence this stream, but I'm running out of time. Ever since that chat member told me to load Dragon Folly into the sky, it was all over. I'd optimized my strategy to the point where I was getting sub 2-minute kills. Come on, die. Okay, that was a really fast kill because I had changed my strategy. Alright, let's see. There we go. Got the thing. Now, the Gilded Proboscis was actually reworked in one of the more recent updates, and people are saying it's pretty good, so I was excited to try it out. Oh my. There's not... Oh my, hello? Okay, this is slightly good. 50,000 damage on a single target is no joke. This thing used to be one of the worst true melee spears in the entire game, but now it's beastly. Not to mention the fact it still has lifesteal. Yes, that amount of damage on top of lifesteal. Anyways, on my way to the Profane Garden, I farmed the profaned enemies to get unholy essences to craft a profane shard to summon the profane guardians, since I don't have access to any new spears right now until I beat Provident. Crystals should just die immediately. Come on. I need to actually get to it. There we go. It actually worked. And now... Ooh, okay. Not as much damage as I thought it would be. So it's more like I can free shot them. Charge it up. You can't really hit them in this phase. Actually, yeah, you can. Close. Very close. Alright, it's a bit goofy. It doesn't really work as well as you might think. I don't think I can hit the commander in this phase. Oh, nah, it didn't work. Maybe for the next attack. Like, this one. There we go. That's it. That works. Come on, tank. There we go. And now it's basically done. Sun. Come closer. Oh, I missed. Okay, I can't hit you here. I can hit you with that when you're doing sun. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, I'm not quick enough to hit you with that. I got hit. What am I doing? It's definitely going to be better for Providence and Guardians. He just moves out of the way when I'm about to hit him. Nice. Good hit. Sun? Yeah. Oh, I keep missing! Holy shit. Craziness. I need to be quick to hit this guy. I'm not dying to Guardians. Not when I've come this far. I might have to use Vanishing Point. Perfect. Good hit. Sun? Oh, so close! Yes! There we go. That's how you do it. Like a 4-minute fight? Nearly. Maybe the Guardians weren't the best boss to test it out on, but the new Gilded Proboscis is absolutely broken. So let's see how it fares against Providence. Nighttime Providence. Yes, I'm cool now. I've started doing Night Providence in all of my playthroughs. Charge this up. What am I doing? Got him. Come on, I need to heal. How did I screw up that badly? Look, I went the wrong direction. That's all that happened. No. It's just... oh my days. There we go. Got it. Nearly on second phase already. I missed. Wait, no, I think I hit her. That was insane. Okay. Keep this charged up for the next phase. Spoon. Okay, maybe don't get hit here. There we go. Oh, I got hit. Nice, this is so good. Hit her there. Oh no, I didn't think you'd do another one. I see some people stay in the middle of Providence for that attack. And Sky Exception, you do like the really hard strap for the spears too. So... the fact it has such high damage and lifesteal too. Like, it's just completely broken. I still gotta do crosses though. I'm not gonna be able to use this in crosses, but I'll be fine either way. Except the rocks always hit me for some reason. How do they do it? Okay, I can't hit her during this. I'll say now that I finally understand what the rocks do. You have to damage them so that they don't fly out and hit you. I'm not gonna be able to hit her during sun. I may die. But obviously I wasn't damaging her. Sun is like the one thing I'm terrible at in Providence. Nah, I got this. We're so good. Fuck yeah, we got through sun. Okay. Now we'll heal a bit. Doesn't really let you though. Yeah, I can damage her here. She's taking like normal damage. No. Okay, fight's free. Let's go. Oh, I barely got through that. I think I missed the rage, the timing for it. I think I missed that one. There we go. That's so goofy. And there we had it. While it wasn't absolutely efficient, I still made an absolute mockery of Providence with the Gilded Proboscis. Why is she taking so many ticks of damage? Whee! Oh, that's because of the War Banner of the Sun's effects. Well, I like how they go blue because it's nighttime. Do I get the thing that you can turn into the moon, the one accessory? Is that for like beating Providence, Night Providence in a certain amount of time? Lunar coin if you kill them in 3 minutes and 30 or less. Oh, I see. So if I use an actual good weapon, or at least a more consistent one, I would have done that. Anyways, my next and only post-Providence spear is the Storm Dragoon, which obviously, hence the name, drops from the Stormweaver. So anyways, the first thing to... Rain, go away. The first thing to do is to mine Eula Blue ore. $178 Eula Bloom bars. Of course, the first thing to do is make Tarragon armor. Tainted Cloudberry. 893 max life. Okay. There were only a select few upgrades I could make with Eula Bloom. Obviously, there's the Elysian Wings and Elysian Aegis that come from Providence, but I also made the Tarragon armor and the Tainted Cloudberry. Okay, let's get to it. I pulled that off. So I'm not sure what the strat for the spears would be for this. I'm just gonna kind of go up close. There's not really many opportunities, except right now. That did nothing. Maybe the right click? I need to be careful though. There were hardly any opportunities here to make use of the Gilded Proboscis, but there was one earlier weapon that I could fall back on. I'm just gonna have to do the funny. Come on, go! Actually, no, I remember from yesterday. It works better if you fly up. I've got to stay down here for this attack. But now I can go. And Stormweaver can go with me. Oh, there we go. Not bad, but not incredible either. That's a bit of lag, man. Stormweaver and Rage out of space? I don't think so. In Infernum at least. Alright, I need to remember for this I actually have to dodge. And then I can take you upwards. If you'd be so kind as to follow me upwards. There we go, decent bit of damage. Slime doesn't work as well for this. Okay, so this one I actually have to dodge. I can't handle the lag. You can really just full god that attack. Oh no, he got me. Oh, this is the fight of all time. Would I even call this a fight? You honestly could not call this a fight. Just bring him up with me. We're so close. Alright, well, do I get the spear first try? The Skytide Dragoon, I think. I do. Perfect. This thing's terrible, but it's a spear nonetheless. Vanishing Point, I don't think I'm gonna... There's no use for this for like the rest of the run now, so... I'll just throw it there. If you remember all the way back to my craftless run, the literal Meowmere, the Meowmere you get from Moonlord is better than the Skytide Dragoon. So I didn't exactly have high expectations for it, although it is our only decent ranged option. You just see the damage? It's completely awful. This thing is worse than my pre-Moonlord weapons. I need to focus though. Yeah, I do need to focus. I think the goal is to just use the Gilded Proboscis. Something like right then, I can hit him. This is gonna be a long one, I feel it. But I can pull through. See, that was a good hit. That connected, did 50k damage. Can't hit him during that, I see. This I could hit him in, but I have to be very quick about it. Like that! Oh, but I missed him anyways. This I can definitely hit him during. Like right there. Oh, my dash was on cooldown. This. Got him. Oh no, he got me too. Okay, I need to actually focus on dodging and keeping myself alive, not just damage. Well, I could have dodged that. Got him, and I pulled it off as well. I didn't get hit. I don't think I got him then. I was too early with my dashing. Now I'll come closer. There we go, that was a clean hit. This with adrenaline. I hope this thing works with adrenaline. If I could even charge it. But you're basically done anyways. Hit you now. I think that hit. Run out of flight time. Then you're gonna come down and you're... That missed? How did that miss? Bad spot. Terrible spot. Yeah, there we go, okay. And that was the sickest fight of all time. I've got to be real, the Gilded Proboscis is probably one of the most fun Calamity weapons I've used in a long time. Unlike most charge weapons, it's actually high risk and high reward, not just high risk for basically the same amount of damage output you'd get from a normal left-click spam weapon. Alright, so that was Cygnus and Stormweaver. We move straight on to Ceaseless Void and then Poltergeist. No! Pooh! I guess because I'm streaming later than... Oh, I can't escape? Come on, that's just rude. I take a short break from the post-Providence boss rush to clear out a decent arena for Ceaseless Void and Poltergeist. which also gives me time to say if this video is still making your day better, please consider subscribing again. If you've watched this far, you have even more reason to. I guess I don't really need platforms for this. Let's just go, let's just see what happens. Oh no, how am I gonna do this? Okay, maybe Skytide Dragoon could do something. It's not terrible for this phase, actually. Alright, it got me through. Now, I think I will just give him a little whack every now and then with this. Oh no, don't do that. Little blink. Keep charging it up. And then... Did that hit? I'm not sure if that hit. Okay, the health bar is going down, so I'm gonna assume I did. Attack is always so hard to dodge. Oh no. $34,000 damage, not bad. It's pretty good. Got him. And then... Again. Okay, black hole I can't hit him during, so... Let's try and dodge. Oh! There we go. Close one. I forget the attack cycles, it's fine. Black hole again. Okay, got it. Perfect. Ceaseless Void, being a boss that stays still for the entire fight, was actually fairly easy to hit with a Gilded Proboscis. Being able to charge the thing up while I dodged the attacks, then slipping through the cycles to hit him. I'm choking hard. I'm embarrassed. Oh, Desperation already? Oh, I'm gonna have to use Skytide Dragoon for this, not gonna lie. There were simply no opportunities to hit Void in the final phase, so I had to resort to the Skytide Dragoon. For this I can hit him, though. I ran out of flight time. You cannot be serious. This is terrible. Oh, I got him. Alright. I'll take it. It's a win, I guess. All 3 sentinels are now out of the way, and my spears didn't exactly perform incredible on them. And with no spear upgrades until post-Poltergeist, I was kind of dreading the fight with the Skytide Dragoon. I can make the thing and fight you at my own will. Not a choice, really. Maybe it could show me something that it hasn't shown me before, but I have my doubts. For one, I can't aim with it. Okay, when you actually hit is half decent. But that's like me properly focusing to aim. I've run out of flight time. You serious? A very laggy fight with a probably very laggy weapon. As you can probably tell, I did not like the Skytide Dragoon, but at the same time, it wasn't exactly performing badly. This may take a little bit of time, and then you're gonna do that again. Nice. Okay, damage isn't too terrible. Safe spot. Shame, even if I wanted to, I can't actually skip Polter in this run because she drops the next spear I need. Oh yeah, that's something to look forward to. I get a new spear. An actual good, decent spear for dog. From Poltergeist. No, this attack. Wow! 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 Where'd you go? Oh, the harder version. Fumble alerts! To get back in the circle. There's nowhere that I can go that's safe. There's nowhere safe for me to go. Oh my. Ooh. Thumbnail spear incoming! The one attack I'm good at. I should just end the stream. Should I? Chat, tell me if I should end the stream. Tell me if I should end the stream right now. Oh. I did it. That's just... okay, that's just... don't end it, you need background noise. Okay, you know what? I guess I'll stay just for you then. For you two. Wow, I got hit by the final one. If I die, nah, there we go. What even was that? The sun has ravaged my mushy brain. If I keep going, I'm absolutely not going to be at my prime. Oh, I got the hook on my foot. The hook? The spear. The Banshee hook, which is also a spear. Take my exo heart, take my beautiful affliction. The only spear I'm gonna need until post-Yaren, the Banshee hook. You heard that right, post-Yaren. I don't get my next spear upgrade until I defeat Yaren, which also happens to be my final spear in the game. But for now though, before I even get to that point, I need to get my post-Poltergeist upgrade so I can take on Dog. I don't even care if I could have killed the boss by now, I just hate that thing that follows me. This is certainly the day of all time, it's like probably the hottest day it's been in this entire month. Was the heat wave in July or was it like late June? I forgot. My brain's melted, my skills run dry, my voice is cracking, my voice just isn't on fleek today. Like imagine if, a weird comparison, imagine if you just woke up as a woman, and normally you're a guy, you have a deep voice, so that's how, like, you use your vocal cords as if you have a deep voice, but if you woke up as a woman, you'd be trying to speak as you would if you were a guy, but you just wouldn't be able to, and it would sound really weird probably. I don't know. Anyways, with the bloodstone I get from Post-Provenance Ravager, I craft the Blood Flare armor. Go in the order, thank you. Solid upgrade, if I do say so myself. I also upgraded my Soaring Insignia into the Ascendant Insignia off camera since a chat member reminded me, and replaced my Bloody Worm Scarf with the Affliction, the best accessory in the game. Then I head deep into the Abyss to get a Bobbit Hook. First one, thank you. Is it the bobbit hooks attaching to the bloatfish and exploding it? And that leaves me just about ready for the Devourer of Gods. So let's just get right to it. Well, Banshee hook's pretty solid. I should be using War Banner of the Sun. Whatever, we'll be fine. Damage is insane anyways. Okay, the acceleration of the Ascendant Insignia is kind of screwing me over. So I think I will just switch to War Banner anyways. Oh, you really just spawned in the sky, your tail. Come down here. Thank you. Thanks for waiting. Oh. $15k DPS when he dashes. That is good. That is solid for this tier. Get down. Shame I didn't get the first try, but it will be this attempt. Close one. Portal. Whee! Oh, I nearly messed up. I dashed early, but then I saved it. I like pressed the dash button early. Oh no, the hard one. I got it. Oh my days. Gotcha. That was clean. Good thing I've got my whole Dragonfolly arena to use. All that real estate, all that space. Okay, Desperation. Final phase. I always call it Desperation. Oh, that's me, big guy, yeah. I don't know why I thought of that, but my friend used to say that. Oh, I forgot that was the first one. No, what am I doing? Oh, what hit me? My own incompetence hit me. In the back of the head with a sledgehammer. And now, long one. Oh, that was close. See, I remembered that time. Because I was distracted last time thinking about something my friend said. Oh, it's gonna be next cycle. Gotta pull through. And then one more. And then long one. Alright, well, you were fun. Bit sloppy today, but still got through anyways, because I'm the person known as Reg W. Am I truly Reg W though? Is this a real me, or is this just a character that I'm really good at playing? I was kind of expecting me to, like, need a drop from this guy or something. I kind of got PTSD from my yo-yo run where I had to fight him. No, I got the yo-yo first try on that run, I think. Now I can put on the Nebulous Core. Second best accessory in the game. Oh yeah, that's right, upgrades. Might need more Cosmite bars. Ooh. Only 1040? In any case though, I can make some good upgrades now. Kicking things off, I craft the Cosmic Anvil, then the Devourer of Cods, to get the Cosmolite so I can make it nighttime so I can farm the moon events. Go to town. There's a couple crates for ya. Let's see if that's enough crates to get the sundial. Start the pole with ones. Wow, I actually got it from the Pearlwood ones. I can just make it. Nice. Perfect. Now I've got everything I need, so... Anyways, first up, the Pumpkin Moon. Pretty decent crowd control of the Banshee Hook. Can't complain in any regard. Even being a pre-dog weapon, the Banshee Hook was surprisingly good for farming the moon events. It had great crowd control and dealt good damage to large, slow targets. Bugger! There's a Catgirl mod into... Let's look this up. Oh, wow, it's real. There's figurines as well. They follow you, it seems? They really follow you. What was... Wait, whoa, freeze me again? They're not freezing me. Oh, whoa! It worked again! I honestly have no clue how or why that happened, but it was pretty cool. Kind of reminded me of the Vortex Beater glitch back in the PS4 days. Either way, I gather up all the materials to make Ascendant Spirit Essences, then get to making my post-dog upgrades. Asgardian Aegis, of course. Which I can just make. Cool. There's my Silver Wings, that are gonna immediately be upgraded to Wings of Rebirth. Finally, I upgrade my Fire Gauntlet into the Elemental Gauntlet, completing my loadout, aside from the Godslayer armor, which I needed more Necroplasm to craft. An angry poltergeist has emerged. Now I'm good. I pulled that off pretty well that time, huh? Oh, what the oh yeah, you do that if I don't kill you quick enough. What do you even do for that? Okay, good thing you're back to- Oh, no! No, come on, I just want my Necroplasm, please. Son. That was so clutch. What are you really doing? What are we really... Okay. Why is that still there? Please don't be there when you go into desperation. No, you just died outside the box. Oh, you're there now. Now I'm good, I got this. No! Yeah, I'm good. Got my Necroplasm, it's all good. So now of the Ascendant Spirit Essences I can make. Godslayer melee armor. Kaboom. She hurled her fireballs. Don't do it again. Thank you. Well, there we go. I got my Lunar coins, so now I can make the Purity. The Purity. I've never actually used this thing. Let's see. So it fires like this right now. With Purity. Wait, hold on. It's not as jarring of a difference as I thought it would be, but it's still pretty cool. But it's not going to be worth using. But it's interesting, though. You're going to watch me beat Yaron on my first try. Let's go. I can't do the Yaron sound. The wonders of sound design, no human can make these sounds. Okay, Banshee Hook might not be very good. Who would have thought? The Banshee Hook works well on big, slow-moving targets. Yaren is fairly plump, but he moves around a lot, which makes it a less than viable weapon archetype against him, not to even mention the fact that it's a pre-dog weapon dealing pre-dog DPS. No! Oh, nearly lost my I lost it to something out of my control. Okay, enough of this phase. A meteorite just landed. Wonderful. Ow. Ow! You son of a bastard! I'm not done! Okay. Let's try that again. Just take him downwards so I can go really high above. The Yaharon. The Yaharon. The Yaron. That's how some people pronounce his name, right? Yaron. Okay, now for this easy sub-phase. Let's just skip straight to second phase. Not really, my damage isn't too incredible. Nadia is going to be so good though. It's going to make Escal and Exos a piece of cake. Although I might be doing Escal first, considering, like in the Yo-Yo run, Exos drop nothing. What was I doing there? Okay. Well, my nose itches, but you're doing an easy attack, so that's fine. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Take him up high. Which one is on my tongue? Oh, it doesn't go that far. I'm no freak Bob, okay? Why am I dodging it like that? I gotta take this more seriously. No more screwing around, I say. Fight me like you mean it. There was nothing I could do there. I can summon balls, and I've got to run. What now? Oh, okay. Here we go, fight's over. Circle time. Can't even touch me. Maybe I should touch Yaren with the dash though, so I can get more damage. Okay, adrenaline. Yeah, here you go. You're gonna do the the weird one with the. No, you're not. That was close. Reacted to that barely in time, and I even took a hit as well. Don't take hits from the random projectiles. Okay, now. Oh, come on. Remember the timings, genius. What am I doing? What the fuck actually hit me? I'm sorry, but what even is that? The invisible carpet bombs of doom and gloom. Normally Yaren's a fairly easy boss for me, but on this particular day, I don't know what was happening. You really cannot tell when he's gonna dash. He does a quadrillion telegraphs, and then just and then and comes right towards you. That was nearly a death. Oh my, wow! Tokyo Drift Part 3. As long as the game doesn't make a fucky wucky and doesn't register my dashes, then all is well. And I've beat Yaren. I've even got adrenaline coming up, so it's gonna be enormous. I shouldn't have used it now really, because I'm not gonna be doing as much damage, but it's not like I needed it anyways. You didn't really miss much. I died to Yaren a few times in very stupid ways. But now I've beaten Yaren, so it's all good. That's enough sparring for today. Explode your fiery fireballs. Lag my game. And bless my world with Auric, Tesla, or... Eventually, I locked in, as the kids would say, and clawed my way through the rest of the fight, defeating Yaren, leaving just the two final bosses left, the Exomex and Supreme Calamitas, and also allowing me to craft my final spear, the Nadir. Anyways, I'm just gonna go straight for the spear, the Nadir. For it, I need Auric bars, and I also need a second vanishing point, which means I have to make a second one of all of these. I need hallowed bars. Okay, easy enough. Being an Auric tier weapon, the Nadir is exceedingly complex to craft, but after that huge boss rush, a filler arc doesn't sound so bad. Now I can take my hallowed bars. That's a lot of things in my inventory. Oh, of course, the Wings of Rebirth, I need to equip those. There we go. Perfect. Now I can make a Gungnir, and I can also make a Glorified Partisan. I just need another Dark Lance. I've got Spearant 3. I've explored Spearant 1 and Spearant 2, so I can just go to number 3. Go to the Underworld. Do I have my Shadow Key? Yeah, cool. Dark Lance. Sweet, now I can go back. So, Botanic Piercer. Vanishing Point, I think I need something else for that. Oh, just Life Alloys. Yeah. And then, for the Nadir, now I just need Auric Tesla bars. Eventually I'll see some beautiful Auric goodness. For now though, I just need enough to make 5 bars so I can make the Nadir. Perfect, I'll find some. Yeah, like that huge vein that nearly crashed my game right there. I decided to stay for a bit longer to get enough Auric ore to make the Auric Tesla armor. Then I head back and make the Nadir. My final spear. And now... Oh no, my keycap. Shit. And now, the final spear in this playthrough. In the game. The Nadir. And it's godly too. I don't even have to reforge it. We've done it! We've beaten the challenge. We've collected every single spear in Calamity Infernum. But there's still 2 bosses that await us. Where we started. And where we finished. How far we've come. Vanishing Point too. And Gilded Proboscis. They certainly helped. But what's going to help us right now is this beautiful thing. It's got everything. Goes through blocks, I think. It's homing. And it can even do crowd control. It's good for Thanatos. I'm pretty sure it's like one of the weapons you use against him. But I'm not going to be doing the Exos first. I want to do S-Cal. Auric Tesla, I can just make. Hell yeah. Nice. Yeah, they changed the stats for the helmet, didn't they? That is a lot different. I didn't know it gives you that much melee speed. It used to be like high damage, low melee speed. I don't think any melee speed. Now it gives you a lot. Do you get the damage from the set bonus? That's so weird. Okay. Armor discrepancies aside, we were ready. I set up my arena for S-Cal, placing down every single station buff I can muster, and hammering my platforms too. Then I faced the Calamity herself, with my trusty Nadir in hand. Except I forget to remove a layer of platform from the bottom of my arena, and it screws things up majorly. No, that was the worst 5 seconds of my life. Sepultura. I don't think true meleeing has any effect of this. It could, but I don't think it does. And it's not worth the risk either. Remember back in my yo-yo playthrough when it took me almost a minute and 3 whole attack cycles to take out Sepultura with the Uracore? Well, I was in a similar sinking ship here. The Nadir just couldn't hack it. But you're done though. Yeah, there we go. Still exploded, did the animation, but Sepultura was dead and gone. But I've got a much better arena, so my chances are a lot better too. The good thing about the Nadir is that not only does it have incredible range, but it also homes in, meaning I can hit S-Cal on the attacks when she's further away, resulting in even better, even more consistent damage across the entire fight. Don't worry, a sniper didn't get me, I just ended the voiceover clip too early. Anyways. Clean? Beautiful. The fight itself was going absolutely swell with the Nadir. I didn't have to focus on aiming whatsoever, so I could redirect all that focus into actually dodging the attacks. Who knows? Okay, staying in the center is dangerous. I just took that hit. Oh, that was rough. Go rage. Oh, okay, you want to go down for that. Okay, brothers. That's bad. I forgot he just fires. He fires things at you. What am I really doing? Oh no. Oh, you're done. Okay. I'm probably gonna fluke to fight this attempt. Since I've got this far, it's gonna be easy now. Like, let's just be completely honest with ourselves. That was my fault. Am I though? Who knows? Clean? Clean. Oh my wow, holy damage. Next blender already? Oh, Seekers. Then next blender. Well, Seekers are free. So that's chill. It might take a little while, but that's fine. No, oh, that was close and clean and clean and close and clean and close. The dry cleaners. I brought my nadir to the dry cleaners. That was close. Wow. Nice. You're basically dead. I've won. That was a little bit too easy. And I was taking a devious amount of hits there. But I've won. Devious positioning for circle time, but I got through. Alright, let's win. I'm not gonna die on this phase, look. Oh my fuck, what am I doing? What am I doing, man? 5-minute fight though, that's not too bad for SCal. Yeah, we're done the fight. That was a pretty scuffed fight, nothing to write home about, but I got him either way. So it's chill. There we go. I gotcha. The final climactic boss was finally out of the picture. I defeated SCal. And now next up was the semi-final and semi-less climactic boss, the Exomex. Just throw it on. I'm gonna need more power cells for the ice schematic, so I should have plenty cooked up. Yeah, more than enough, even from that one alone. Found it. Let's get— oh, no! You son of a horse! Let's get the goods. Schematic, that's all I need. Now. Let's see those shiny metal buttocks, Onion. Oh yeah. What's up, Drayden? You look so skinny. You been eating well? Shouldn't be too hard, but I'll probably still die a few times, but let's go. Out of Infernum, SCal and the Exos, I do find the Exos a bit harder since the Exos are more luck-based as opposed to SCal being primarily focused on skill, and the fact I'm much more comfortable with SCal's fight considering the copious amounts of attempts I've put into her fight in the past. Bugger. We're good. Okay, easy things. Alright. Oh my, wow, damage. Damage is pretty good. Oh, I didn't go down enough. Get you right there, that's so perfect. I need to go a bit more circular with my movements. There we go. That was alright. Alright. Oh my, wow, what the shit? What the freak? So far, there was nothing to really comment on about the Nadia's performance against the Exos. It homed in, dealt consistent and decent damage. It didn't excel, nor struggle in any aspect. It was just a perfect, jack-of-all-trades, all-rounded weapon to slay the final boss with. But it seems to be doing the trick so far. A lot better than the Oracle, at least. Which is what you really want in a weapon. Ah, shurikens, no. These RNG fuckers. How I despise them. It's okay. I'll be just fine. Actually, yeah, you're dying a lot faster than in the yo-yo run. You actually are, to be fair, so that's pretty cool. Oh, come on. Wow, that's so close. What now? Shurikens again? Blimey. What a cracker. Oh, I cannot not get hit by those, man, I swear. Shurikens are so hard. Maybe you stay still for them? Who knows? Shurikens again. There's no— wait, that actually works? You're kidding me, that actually works? Wow. Platform, get to the platform. Oh, that's a really bad spot to be in, but that should be okay. Okay, Blender's going that way, so I'll be fine. Oh, that's bad. No, 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 no. Get my flight time back, Sunyon. Oh, come on, no. No. Pull through. Ah, shit, I got hit by the blender itself. What am I doing? You're so done, though. Like, there we go. Now, if I get hit twice, I'm done. Okay, I'm gonna fight for this, so I'm fine. I want to go up high anyways, so of course. Perfection. What am I doing? Don't use that. We've done it. We made it to the desperation phase, and the exos are free now. I can't believe it. Wow. I died to, like, the fucking sun. Whatever. That's fine. I got it this time. Okay, maybe you don't go too fast for shurikens. That's actually working. That's a strat. Although, he's not over halfway yet, I don't think. No, he is. Got these smokes. Okay, I was not looking then, so that's why I got hit. Sweet. You son of a fuck. What are you really doing, man? Oh, come the fuck on. You just went inside me. Gotta itch my cheek. Not my butt cheek, like my actual face cheek. You just keep trying to find the empty spots. I figured it out. I'm in a good spot for it. You what the fuck? I'll be fine. I'll be just fine. You son of a You son of a what are you really doing? I got damage the twins. Damage the big. Okay, that was my fault. That was my fault. That was my fault. That was my fault. That's okay though. I've got adrenaline, so I'm just gonna melt you. Let me just give you a little bit of melting, right? Up until this stage of the fight, the exos are absolutely in the bag, but something about that final blender just nukes me every single time. And now... Okay, and get my flight time back, and then I'll come back, and you're basically dead, right? You pizza pasta ravioli. Oh yes. To make your time feel like pasta. Bugger. Up as high as possible. Down as much as possible. Okay, we've beat exos. There we go. Having a bit of trouble with that, but got through eventually. And it was actually a clean fight I got this attempt, so I'm happy with it. No complaints on my behalf. Yes, it is possible to beat Calamity Infernum using only spears throughout the entire game. And I also collected every single spear in the game, so I have a nice, lovely collection to look at. Now, let's ask ourselves some of the more practical questions. Are spears worth using? In general, no, but there were some outliers here that had some crazy performance. Like the Galvanizing Glaive doing its thing, the North Pole being generally good, the Gilded Proboscis being probably the best true melee weapon in the entire game, and the Nadir just overall being consistent. As a whole, they have good reason to be an overlooked subclass, they're just generally ass, but those 4 weapons I mentioned, you should definitely try them out in your next melee playthrough. You won't be disappointed. Although the only bad thing I'd say is that there's no post-game weapon, meaning I had to do boss rush with the Nadir. Oh no, wrong button. Fuck! So, that's my revive gone. Oh my days. And yeah, that wasn't happening, so for my outro footage, I just refought SCal instead. Oh yeah, and outro too. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I spent extra long making this video extra good, so I'm hoping it turned out that way. As I always say, you guys are single-handedly helping me get through uni, so I can only express so much gratitude. Like, what else can I really say except thank you? Anyways, if you didn't listen to me the last 2 times and refused to subscribe, you're missing out on being notified the literal nanosecond I come out with new videos just like this one. The choice is yours, but hitting 10k would be nice too. If you want to get even more updates on my videos and streams, or just talk to people, my Discord server is linked in the description. And if you'd like to go a step further and support me directly, my channel memberships are also available in the description, and they come with benefits. With that being said, have a great one, and if you're looking for more of my stuff, there's plenty, and also my streams too.